Hey y'all, happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing well. Sorry, I'm a little tardy, which is probably the norm. However, y'all, my biggest pet peeve is that everybody knows on Friday night that I go live. And my biggest pet peeve is when people call me from 6:30 to 7:30. That's like my biggest pet peeve. I'm supposed to start at 7, especially people who know that I'm about to go live. Like I'm literally trying to gather my thoughts. But nonetheless, hey y'all, happy Friday. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. Today was my last official my last official Friday. And then Monday is our last day of school for students. And then Tuesday is teachers work day where we just have to turn in our grades. But I already did that. I already turned in my grades and everything. But y'all, it is almost summer. It is almost summer. I hope everybody is going to enjoy your summer doing something that you love. If you're a teacher, if you're not a teacher, then it's just a regular day. But for my teachers out there, I hope you guys are going to plan something that you enjoy doing, no matter how big or small. But hey, y'all, there's a few things I just want to get out really quickly. For those of you who might be visiting us for the first time, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm Patrice. This is Craftable Things, and we craft a lot of different things. As y'all see, my craft room is a mess right now, and I still have more work to do. It's a hot mess, but I have a lot of stuff to move around. And so, of course, I'm going to use the summer to get that done. But I do embroidery. I work with Cricut and Caesar and StarCraft, the machines. I do a lot of bling. I do a lot of different things. I don't even know what else I do. Lasering. I do a lot of different things. But yeah, tonight we're going to be designing a rhinestone template inside of Silhouette Studio, and we'll be using the business edition. So what we're going to do, you have to have the business edition in order to use the rhinestone feature. And I'm also going to be working in Adobe Illustrator, because if we can finish at a decent time designing, I'll go ahead and cut out the template, which it might take a little bit of time. No promises I'm going to cut the template out and brush it in tonight. But hopefully we'll be able to do that. Who knows? I don't know. But thank you for being here. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to this channel if you find this content useful. What else? Also, if any of you are interested in purchasing any rhinestones, I still have my rhinestones here from last night. The Baby's Booties buy-in is going on now, thebabiesbooty.com. If you're interested in purchasing rhinestones, you can purchase rhinestones through the buy-in, or you can purchase rhinestones through her buy now site, where you will get the rhinestones a lot quicker, and you can buy them in smaller quantities. So it depends on what you're looking to do. That is available. And what else? Also, if you're interested in getting a bling box, the bling boxes are available for July, but you have to sign up for the bling box subscription by the 10th of this month in order to be included in the July boxes. What else? Yeah, and tomorrow for my extreme blingers, anybody who has the extreme bling subscription, we will be having our Zoom. So you should be getting, or you should have already gotten the link. If you haven't, let me know. Check your spam. Sometimes it goes into spam, but check that and just make sure that the email that we have, it's the correct email. But I think that's it. Oh, I got to tell y'all about graduation. This week has been so emotionally draining. It's just been emotionally draining. Like, I came home from the school today and I just crashed. I just went to sleep. I was just super tired. Wednesday was graduation. Y'all, I did not cry. I teared up a little bit, but I did not cry like how I thought I was going to cry, because I'm very, very hopeful. And I wasn't sad. Like, I'm going to be sad. Like, I know that I'm going to miss them. Like, these past few days without seeing them in the school, because once you graduate, you can't come back into the school just like that. So I was a little bit sad. I did kind of like miss certain things about my students not being there, but it's gonna be fine. Then today was Burley's last day, and if you guys have ever heard me talking about my partner, whenever I'm making the cheerleader stuff, it's usually for Burley because she's a cheerleading sponsor. Well, today was her last day, and she is leaving. She's going to another school next year. So we're sad about that, but we did have a party today, of course. Y'all know my department likes a party. We had breakfast, and that's another reason why I'm super tired, because I got up really, really early this morning. I had to get up. I was up maybe about 4:30 because I wanted to go to the neighborhood Walmart this morning to get some last minute things like some juice, and I had to get some like seasoning and stuff. So this morning we did a breakfast, and we had shrimp and grits. Flip made the shrimp and the grits. So we had shrimp and grits. We had pancakes. I was responsible for the pancakes. So y'all know I ordered the pancakes. The pancakes came from IHOP. I ordered the pancakes. We had Flip also made eggs, sausage, bacon. I think that was it. Like, for anybody who doesn't really like shrimp and grits, y'all, those shrimp and grits were so good. I love shrimp and grits. It's like my favorite breakfast meal. And it was so good. It was so good. Flip did a really, really good job. But we just had our last, just to kind of honor Burley and have our last department party for the year, even though I think we may do something a little bit on Monday. But that's it. That was my week. I know everybody was asking about the graduation. It was so fun. Like, all the parents, they had so much energy. Y'all know I went as a parent, and I sat right behind the graduates. Like, we sat right there. Flip went. Addison went, and Terrell went, and of course I went. And so we sat right there. The kids were so happy. I got so many, like, my one student, his sister came to school the next day, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, Joseph told me to tell you, thank you so much for coming to graduation," because y'all know I was screaming my head off for my kids. I'm so proud of them. I'm so, so, so very proud of them. And I know that their future is going to be bright, so I can't be sad. And I know that they're going to still harass me. So it's all good. It's all good. Let me see who's here, because we're about to get ready to get started, because I do want to try to cut the template if we have time to cut it. If not, then we just won't have time, but I do want to try to have time. Hey, Danny, welcome in. Happy Friday. Thank you for being here. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Miss Roslyn McElveen, Miss Newly Retired. How are you enjoying your first few days of retirement? Hey, Creative Kim. Hey, Nomi. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Victoria's Creations. And if you guys didn't see last night, we were over on Angel's channel, and it was Angel, Marilyn, Eve, Demps, Delonta, and myself, and we were just blinking. We had a bling along. Now, we're supposed to do it again, maybe next month. I don't know if it's going to always be a bling along. Like, whoever's hosting it, I guess, would decide what it is that we're going to be doing. But it was super, super fun. I had a really good time. Let me show you the shirts I made. And then also, don't forget, tomorrow we're back. So good. Weekend is back tomorrow. So we're going to be over on Delonda's channel, Crafting with Delonda, and we're going to be doing an In the Hoop project. And this is going to be Delonda's first In the Hoop project. And so I'm really excited about that. If you go on her channel, she may have a list of all the supplies that we're going to be using for tomorrow, in addition to the templates that we're going to be using. So this week we purchased templates, so you can get a template from I'm so scared to even hold up fingers. You can get the template is going to be from either Creative Fabrica or Designs by Little B. Okay, so if you are interested in it, check her link to the live for tomorrow. Also, make sure that you turn your notifications on so that you're reminded when we come on. But y'all, this is what I made yesterday. And this is Eve's design, but it's not for sale. I gotta fold it some weird way. But this is Eve's design. It's not for sale. It just says Fed Up. And I love how it came out. I used neon white AB for the outline. I used violet volcano for the word fed. And I used hyacinth for the word up. Okay. And let's go here. I'm going to show you guys the other shirt. Let me say hey to a few more people so I can get down because I'm so far behind. Hey, Victoria Creations again. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here for 13 months. And that's my favorite number. 13 is always a good number. Hey, Mare Bear. Hey, Marilyn. Happy Friday, girl. Hey, Renee. Welcome. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Dempsey Boo. Happy Friday. Hey, Stacy Collins. Welcome. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Tamika Cole. Welcome. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Welcome in. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome. Hey, Jesse. Welcome in, Jesse. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope your week has been good. Please let me know if you're working on anything tonight as we're doing this. I'm just going to be going through just designing. And this design, I still owe the Gemini some more designs. Like the Gemini, I did the symbol inside of the word Gemini, but I do owe the Gemini another design, and I just have not gotten to it. But this design, we're going to finally be doing a Cancer design. I know the Aquarius thought I was going to say we're finally doing an Aquarius design, but we're finally doing an Aquarius design. So when I started doing like the Zodiac templates, it was because it was Leo season. And some of you may not know, but I am a Leo. My birthday's in August. And so I was making a template for me to wear, but a lot of people liked it. You know, you guys requested each month that I did another Zodiac template. And so the Cancers, you know, they had to wait a full year. So I'm so sorry about that. And I could have probably kicked them out a lot quicker, but y'all be having a lot going on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, our Lovelanders, welcome. Hey, Robin S, welcome in. Robin S, I need to email you. I gotta email you. Hey, Carol Coleman, welcome in. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Judy, welcome in. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Miss Sharon Davenport. Hey, Miss Joyce. I'm scrolling down now because y'all, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I love y'all. I do. So if you have a question or anything, just tell me. Thank you, Jocelyn. This is one of my older designs. Like I did this, I think, maybe this is from last year. I think it might have been from last year. Thank you. Oh, so we had all that breakfast, Gail. Hey, Miss Gail. We had all that breakfast, and they were like, "You didn't stop getting donuts?" I was like, I don't like. No, I like Dunkin' Donuts sweet tea, but I don't usually do like a lot of donuts. Some gourmet donuts are so good, but one of my kids came in with a whole bunch of donuts today. Hey, Marta. All right, I'm scrolling down. Hey, both Martas are here. Hey, Marta and Marta. All right, let me scroll down. Thank you, Nomi. Yes, please remember to like this video by giving us a thumbs up. It is appreciated. Hola, Marta. Thank you, Rosalind. All right, y'all. I'm scrolling all the way down because y'all know I'm far behind, but I did see. Jocelyn, thank you for becoming a member of our channel. I appreciate it. Also, there were several people who joined the channel while we weren't live, so let me just ring the bell for all of y'all. Thank you so much. I hope y'all can hear that, but if you can't, I heard it, and I'm celebrating over here. So thank you guys so much for joining our memberships. I don't talk about the memberships a lot. But the memberships just give you different perks on the channel. And if I do like a special Zoom, you're generally invited. If I do like a members only live, of course you get access to that. And yeah, so thank you so very much for joining us, Miss Jocelyn. All right, let me scroll down. Angel Boo. Angel hosted us last night, y'all, over on Angel B Designs. And I had a really good time with everybody, with 6 people on camera. Because somebody emailed me like, "Are you okay?" But with 6 people on camera, it's not hard. And I think over time I've learned, like, you don't want to over talk anybody. You don't want to interrupt when anybody is talking, because for the viewer, I know that that can be a lot distracting. So generally when it's a lot of us on a live, even more than one person, like, you want to let the person who's speaking kind of finish what they're saying, especially if you're not making a comment that's relevant to the comment that they're saying. So I know, like, sometimes even with the chat, like, we'll see the chat and people will be in the chat, but I won't like over talk. Let's say Angel's talking, I don't want to over talk. So I go back and I'll read the chat to see if anybody had any questions specifically for me, to try to go back and answer, like, either during this live or if it's going to be on Facebook or wherever it's going to be. But it's always so much fun hanging out with the crew. I love y'all. So that's it. So I was fine, but I just don't like I can't take it. I can't take it until we all kind of just know how to work well together. And that's how it should be. But hey, Miss Gail. Miss Gail's working on installing screens. Okay. Oh my goodness, Miss Gail. I can't wait for that to get fixed. Oh, look at my fellow Leo, stand up. Yes. Hey, y'all. Hey, Leos. I love y'all. Oh, hey, charge it to the game. Hey, charge it to the game. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, well, I don't know. There's a lot of us in the chat that teaches Rhinestone. So how to apply them, how to design templates. I haven't done a Rhinestone class, and I've had several people email me about doing Rhinestone classes, but this time of the year has been really hectic. But I probably will set something up in the next few weeks. Maybe I can do like a pop-up Rhinestone class, maybe next week after, since I'm gonna be home for a little bit. This time it's gonna go by really fast. But you have in the chat, Angel B Designs does a lot of rhinestones on her channel. Angel B Designs, Dimps Designs does a lot of rhinestone templates. Making with Marilyn does tons of rhinestone templates. Crafting with Delonda does a lot of rhinestone templates, rhinestone designing, rhinestone making shirts. Eve with the baby's booty does a lot. There's so many people in the chat that if you can't learn something from me, you can definitely learn it from them, or you find somebody who you can learn best from. But welcome, charge it to the game. Thank you for being here. All right, y'all. Miss Gail, I have not had a sweet tea in so long. I haven't had a sweet tea in so long. I did buy sweet tea for everybody else today. Like, I had sweet tea, I had a flop. What do you guys call when you mix your sweet tea and your lemonade together? We call it a flop or an Arnold Palmer. Do you guys call it the same thing? Do you guys? My bell is not ringing. Hey, Tianda. Hey, Miss Linda Tolbert. My bell was not ringing as usual. Angel, don't do me like that. You guys are off the chain. Hey, Delonda Patrice, welcome in. Hey, Kristen, it was very fun. Yes, Miss Gail, because it can be a lot. It can kind of throw you off. I mean, it's very Roxanne, girl, I have not seen you in a while. Hey, girl, how you been? What's up? I haven't seen you in a good little minute. I hope and pray all is well. Hey, Rachel. Happy Friday. All right, y'all. I'm scrolling all the way down. All the way down. Arnold Palmer. Okay, so you guys call it Arnold Palmer. See, we do flop or Arnold. Usually we say flop. I think because I've visited other places and when I'm asking for it, it's an Arnold Palmer. We usually call it a flop. So creations by Ashanti. Hey Ashanti. Hey. Yeah, I'll be at Deco Summit this year. I don't know what my class is going to be about. I do know, but I don't know. Like I haven't created the presentation yet. So, but I will be at Deco Summit. I will. So I'm guessing that I will see you again this year. An AP or Arnold Palmer. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Mr. Russell. Y'all, 13. 13 again? Yes. Thank you, Ms. Roslyn, for being here for 13 years. And yes, they are amazing teachers, very, very patient, and just amazing. And I'm not just saying that because they're my people. They really are really good teachers. Yep. Thanks, everybody. Rhinestone. So we're gonna do a little bit of rhinestoning tonight. But it's not necessarily going to be like beginner friendly, or maybe it's not too bad. It's not going to be too bad. I'm going to get ready to bring in the screen so that we can start, because if not, you'll know I'm tired today. I'll present. I try to the letters 50 plus. I just do rhinestones. I feel terribly. So when you're making rhinestone templates, it can be a bit much because all the letters are different shapes. Like I get a lot of people who are always asking, what font is that? And what is this and that? So you have to play around with the different fonts. Okay. You can't, every font isn't simple or easy to turn into rhinestones. There's going to be work required. So we're going to start out right now inside of Silhouette Studio. We're going to be using the business edition. If you have the free edition or the basic edition of Silhouette Studio, you will not be able to do what we're doing. Now, I prefer the business edition. You can do the design edition. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. You can do the design edition or the designer edition if you have a Cameo. But if you don't have a Cameo, you may want to get the business edition. And also, if you foresee in the future that you want to sell your designs or you want to maybe share your designs out, then you want the business edition, because that edition allows you to be able to save it as an SVG file. You can save it as a PNG. You can save it and export it. You can do different things with it, right? So you want to make sure that you get the correct version. Now, I'm not sure what the price is. I think I have a link listed below in the description. Sometimes they have it for $49.99. Okay, I purchased it when it was $49.99, and I think it's a pretty good software to have. Okay. Hey, Sean, welcome in. Plus has a business edition. Price of fonts that one can find places like Creative Fabrica. So the rhinestone fonts from Creative Fabrica. Hold on, where did it go over? All right, so there are rhinestone fonts from Creative Fabrica. These are fonts. This is not going to be like what we're starting out with. The fonts that I'm using right now, I generally download OTF fonts. So we're just going to turn it into a rhinestone design. Now, if you purchase rhinestone fonts, and these are fonts that are already turned into rhinestones, you can literally type it in and it'll be in rhinestones. I do have a few here in my font book. But if you purchase those are fine. The only thing is that you won't really be able to make them larger or make them smaller. You have to stick to, it's just like any rhinestone design. You have to stick to the size that they tell you. Okay, because if you don't stick to the size that they tell you, and especially if you're fairly new, you won't get the holes won't be the right size. So when you start to brush them in, they may be too small or they may be too big, and it's not necessarily what you're trying to do. So, but the rhinestone fonts, it's a pretty easy way to start. You can get it from Creative Fabrica, and you can design something using those. It's just that you're like you can't be too creative with it. That's just the one thing. You can't be too creative with it. So I do have a video showing how to use rhinestone fonts from places like Creative Fabrica. But maybe during another live. I think I did a live one time too. But what we can do, we can work on those in another live. Thanks for bringing that up, Kristen. Tiana said, I get discouraged when it's time to clean up the template. I quit every time. So cleaning up the template does take a lot of time. That does take a lot of time. Thank you, Roxanne. All right, so I'm going to get ready to get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take me off of the screen. I'm just going to make this a bigger screen. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the page size to a 12 by 12. Now in Silhouette Studio, the business edition, you can actually just go here and we can just do one of the custom sizes, which is a 12 by 12. I'm doing that because that's generally the standard mat size for our Cricut. Also for the flock material, it's generally 12 inches wide. Now lately, before, when it was the old Rocket flock, it was 12 inches wide. Now it's like 11, it's a little less than a full 12 inches wide. Okay, so you do need to know that. So the first few things that we need to know, of course, when you take one of my classes, I say your size is important. So you need to know what you're going to be putting this design on. Okay, because once you have it at a certain size, especially just starting out, you don't want to try to resize it or anything like that. It has to be that size. Okay, so we are just, hey, Mylene, Mary Brown, Wanda D, Miss Nini. Hey, everybody. All right, so I'm going to get ready and I'm just going to type in Cancer. And I'm going to do CAN and then I'm going to bring it down CER. Okay. And then I'm just going to drag it out. All right. So this isn't the font that I want, but I'm just making it a little bit larger right now, just so that I can see it good. Okay. And we're going to change the font. I'm going to head over to the textile panel and I'm going to select the textile panel. Now I have not taught a rhinestone class in maybe two months. I don't know if it's been longer than that, but it's been a good little minute. And I don't know. I think this is going to be fine. I used to be very thorough with it, but I don't know now. So let's see what Halloween. Oh, I want to see what Halloween looks. So I'm just selecting the fonts here. Oh, let's see what Hello Girl looks like. I don't like that one. I don't like that with this design. I don't necessarily like it. But I do, what we're doing, I want to select a very thick, solid font. And that's because if you guys have seen, oh, I didn't even show you guys my other Star Spangled shirt. I'll show you all that later. If you guys have seen like the Gemini design or the Taurus design that I did doing this method, a thick font works good because we're going to knock out a shape in it. Okay. And I think Tammy asked for me to do this, this tutorial or this live. I chose to do it in the live, but I think Tammy, if you guys want, I may do it in a condensed tutorial, but Tammy King is the one who requested this. So shout out to my member Tammy King for having me do this. I was going to see oh no, I don't like that one. What other template? Now this is Impact. I don't usually use Impact when I'm doing this. Let's see what Kiwi looks like. Oh, I don't like Kiwi either. I'm just looking for a thicker font just to see what we're going to do. I did not decide beforehand which font I wanted to use. So we're just going to be doing this together to make them a rhinestone type of Kelly. I get my rhinestone fonts from either Creative Fabrica, Design Bundles, Silhouette Studio. Y'all see this little tab up here that says store. You can get rhinestone, you can get fonts from there as well. So it's all, you know, you can get from different places. All right. So I usually get from, I've gotten a few from the Silhouette store, and I also get them from Design Bundles as well. And also, of course, Creative Fabrica. I love Creative Fabrica. Marker felt. Let me see what Mary Wishes look like. I don't like that one either. Well, I like the font, but not for what we're doing tonight. Let's see, New Hopes. Do we want to do New Hopes? I'll leave it on New Hopes for now. So y'all see these right here? These are actually rhinestone fonts. These are actually rhinestone fonts. But with rhinestone fonts, let me click on it so you guys can see what that will look like. So that's actually a rhinestone font. Okay, it doesn't turn the font that we were just using into a rhinestone font. It's its own font. That's where you have that RS right in front of it. Let's see what salty candy. I don't like salty candy. I don't like that one either. I'm just trying to get a very, very thick font. Let me see Space Story. I don't like Space Story. Well, I like Space Story. I hate to keep saying I don't like it. I don't know. Let's see Stop Book. Stop Book. No. Let's see Super Magic. It's okay. I don't want to twist. I just have a lot of fonts, y'all. Y'all know this is my go-to. Ask Why. I'm just gonna do Ask Why. Why not? Okay. So we're gonna go with Ask Why. And right now, if you guys see, this is still, I can still type. If I want to change anything, I can still type. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ungroup this. So I'm going to ungroup it, and now these can be treated as individual letters. So it's another benefit to upgrade. So this is the rhinestone option. Yeah, charge it to the game. It is the right, like that's one of the benefits of Silhouette Studio, the business edition. But honestly, I use Adobe Illustrator, but there are times where I'll hop into Silhouette Studio and do something because you can save as a SVG. I think the biggest benefit of having the business edition is that you can save this as an SVG. You can save it as a PNG. You can create your own SVG files. And let's say, you're like, what, Rhinestone isn't for me, but I might want to create some other SVG templates. You can do that inside of Silhouette Studio. So that's, I think there's several benefits to Silhouette Studio, the business edition, not just the rhinestone template. Now, if you want to do the rhinestones, then, that's perfect. But I think there's so many other benefits to it. All right. So here, all I did was I moved this up because you guys, if you've seen my other designs, you guys know that I like to place the symbol on the inside. Now, I don't know how this symbol is going to work with the design just yet, but we're going to see. Another thing that I like to do is I like to make sure that this is kind of like lined up, like letter over letter. So that way it will look good, right? Like I want you to be able to see the symbol very, very clearly. Okay. And so I'm just going to do this here. Now, for me, this is too much space in between the E and the R. So I'm just going to expand some of the letters a little bit more. Like I'll bring the E over a little bit. I don't want that space there because it'll be too much of a gap and you won't necessarily, you can see it, but I just want it to be a nice cover. Hey, Miss Janita. Hey, Louise. Anybody else? Hey, Leslie Cash Tibbs. Hey, Donzel. Yes, Mylene, this is the business edition. This is the business edition of Silhouette. All right, so I'm just, if you notice, I'm like resizing each letter, but I'm not doing it to where it's going to look distorted. Like I want it to look, all uniform. So I can even make the C like a little bit larger, maybe bring it down a little bit. But I don't want too much space. I want enough space so that the letters can be clear. But I also want to make sure that the symbol is going to be seen. So I'm just going to move this over. I think I'm going to move this R a little bit more. All right. So for the most part, we're pretty much good over here. Okay. So if I look at this and I see what size it is, it's like 10.5, right? You can say, you can make it a little bit larger if you want to. But for this particular design, you don't want it to be too big. And for anybody who's new and you're trying to follow along now, the size is important. I like to make sure it's sized to what I need it to be. If you're going up to like 11 inches wide or 11 and a half, that's just going to be too big for like a small shirt. Okay. 10 and a half is also a little too big for a small shirt as well. But this would go with like a medium, large, extra large. Okay. Even though extra larges and extra larges, I like 11 inches wide. But you decide what you like. Okay, so I'm just going to click here. I'm going to right click. I'm just going to group this all together. And I'm going to move this black outline because I don't want the black outline around there. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my symbol. And our symbol is right here. All right, so this is the symbol for Cancer. So as you'll see, it's, you know, this could possibly, if I wanted to take up the whole design, I can, but I don't necessarily want it to take up so much of the word Cancer, but I want to make sure that it's going to look good on the inside of Cancer. Okay, it doesn't need to take up the whole thing, but I need for it to, you know, look decent on the inside. So I'm just positioning it to where it's covering, you know, quite a bit of the letters. Like right here, like this might be ideal for me. Like this placement right here. Because what we're just going to do right now is just slice it out. We're going to divide it. Okay. So before I do that, I'm going to select this and I'm going to move this over. All I did was let me do that again in case you guys didn't see it. So I'm selecting the whole thing. As we go along, I'm going to make copies of the different steps. Okay, that's so that I can go back easily to it. I can also resize it if I need to and create a different size. Okay, so another thing you can do is I already thickened the symbol in Adobe Illustrator, but if you want to make it thicker, you can. Okay, I don't necessarily want to make it thicker. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to select both the word Cancer and also the Cancer symbol. I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to hold down my Option key, and y'all see that little plus. It's like an arrow with a plus. I'm just going to click and drag over, and that duplicated everything for me. Okay, so I'm just going to store that over here just in case. You just never know. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I don't necessarily know if I really like this position that well. Let me bring it down just a little bit, maybe like right there. Because I'm more so worried like how the E is not that, if you guys see here, like it'll cut here. It'll cut a little bit of that, but you won't necessarily get that until you get here. But it may be fine. It might be fine. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to select everything again, and I'm going to open up the modify panel. The next thing I want to do is I want to divide it. So I'm not going to do a subtract or subtract all. I just want to divide it. Okay. So I'm going to select divide, and then that's going to divide all of this stuff into little pieces. Now that's a lot of small pieces. Hey, Lashunda. Hey, Reba. There we go. All right, so now I just divided it, but I have that copy over onto the left just in case something goes wrong, and I just want to go ahead and delete it. Okay. Now with Silhouette Studio, you can undo. So you can undo one step or you can undo multiple steps, okay? It depends on if you like to use it or not. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to check and see if this is going to look how I want it to look. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of the black parts that's in the openings. So I'm just going to select there, and then I'm just selecting all of those black parts that are in the openings. So there should be, it looks like there it is. So I am just selecting anything that's in the opening. I'm just deleting all of that. All right, so that's what we have. Okay, so that's what it looks like. You could have positioned, like I could have slanted the symbol, but I'm gonna leave it like this. You could have slanted it and did different things, but we're gonna go with it like this. All right, but if you guys look, everything is still broken up. You'll see everything is still broken up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down. You can have multiple panels opened. Okay, you guys will hear me saying panels a lot when I'm talking about anything over here. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the select by color feature, because I need to go back and group all of this stuff back together again. If you look, this stuff is not grouped together. Okay, and to work with that, it's going to be a headache. So I'm going to open up the select by color panel. We can go up here to panels, to the drop down, and then we have select by color. Or I can select this little icon right here, and this is the select by color icon. Hey, Tracy Johnson, did you need to remove the black from the two C's? Oh, yep, I did. Thank you, Rosalind. So right here, Rosalind noticed that part. I did need to remove that one. And right here. Uh-oh, let me make sure I select the right thing. There we go. Perfect. Thank you so much, Rosalind. All right, so we have all of that selected. Okay, so now I'm just going to open up the select by color panel. And the select by color panel just makes it easier when you have like different colors on a screen and you need to select something. We also have this inside of Adobe Illustrator too, but this just makes it so much easier. So now we can select by line or we can select by fill. I'm going to select by fill. Okay, and when it says by line, it just means like if we have an outline around it, that means, you know, that's the line, right? But by fill is whatever it's filled in on the inside, the A and the N. Yeah, look at y'all know what? Thank you, Dempsey Boo. I'm using two different mouses and I'm like going back and forth to move it and I can't even think right. Thanks, Dempsey Boo. All right, so hey, Margot. Charge it to the game. It's complicated at first, but it's really not. This is not really beginner friendly, but it's not really beginner friendly. But I do consider it not super advanced. Like this template, I don't really feel like it's a super advanced template. All right, so now we're going to select by fill because we want to select the fill colors and see we have like this blue and we have the black. And right here, as you guys see, these are the blues and the blacks. All right, so I'm going to select the blue. I'm just going to right click it. And if you notice, all of the blue is there. It's in bounding boxes, but they're separate bounding boxes. I'm going to right click and I'm just going to select make compound path. Okay, now you could right click and you could group it, but I'm just going to select make compound path, making it into I messed up another part. I see it. But making it into a compound path, that just makes everything one. If you guys noticed, it went from being maybe like 20 different bounding boxes to now just one when we did that as a compound path, okay? So there is one more little piece right here of the N that I need to get. If I could get it. There it goes. And I'm just going to delete that. Okay, now we should be good to go. Now I'm going to select all the black. Need to do the bottom triangle of the A. Yep, I sure. Look at y'all. Thank you, Radiant Rose. All right, so that's gone. Let me look at it again because I'm rushing. Okay, I'll see. We might be good. We might be good right now, yo. We might be good. Now I could have made this E a little bit larger, because I usually like for it to touch a little bit more. like to be a little bit closer. That is a lot more space than I generally like, but it's going to be fine. So let's go ahead and select the black. As y'all see, all the black is highlighted. We're going to right click and I am going to select make compound path. It is, Kristen. Hey, Josette. It is. All right. So now we have all of our parts. So now if I move this, we have like that cut out. That's exactly what I want. Okay. The next thing I need to do, because I want this to fit in perfectly inside of the word Cancer, right? I want it to fit perfectly. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to open up the offset panel. And the offset panel is right here. It's like 2 stars, 1 star with the offset around it. I'm going to select the offset panel. And we're going to create an offset around the symbol. So I need an offset around the symbol. If you guys see, this is selected only, right? So I'm going to select offset. The default space or the default distance for the offset is a 0.125. Okay, that is the default. You can change that however you want. I'm not going to change it because I want it to fit snug. Okay, I want it to fit. I want it to be seamless to where you can't tell where the symbol ends and where the letters begin. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at a 0.125. And this is perfect for an SS10. Now, if you're doing an SS6 design, you can go as low as a 0.1. But with the SS10, you want it to be at least a 0.125 because if not, if it's too small, your rhinestones won't fit and you'll have a lot of overlapping rhinestones. And trust me, you don't want that. Okay, so now you guys see the red outlines. That is the offset. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to change that color. Let's change it to purple. And then I'm going to right click really quick. And then I am going to group that together. Okay, because if you saw all of those different purple pieces, they're all individual pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that red outline. All right, let's see what's next. Hey, Kim, welcome. Listen, at this point, the way as tired as my eyes are, Dempsey Blue, I need the help. All right, so if you guys see, that's what I mean by an offset. The purple is the offset of the black, okay? I don't want to do anything with the black because I want the black to stay like that. Now, let's say you wanted to maybe have a thicker symbol. We could have did a thicker symbol, but I'm perfectly fine with it like this, okay? So I'm going to select the purple. And if you guys notice, the purple is on top of the blue. If I move the black out of the way, you guys see the purple is on top of the blue. And that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to select the purple. I'm going to hold down my shift key and select the blue. And then I'm going to head back over to our modify panel. Okay. So now that we have the modify panel ready, I am going to select subtract. Okay. What subtract is going to do is it's going to remove the purple and it's going to remove anything that's behind the purple. And that's going to create the space that I need so that the rhinestones can layer correctly. Okay. So I'm going to select subtract. Now that I click subtract, if you notice that broke up all of the blue again. So I don't necessarily like to click out of things until I see what's going to happen, because if I click out of this now, it will be pretty easy for us to get back to it because I can open up the select by color panel, but I don't necessarily want to have to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to right click and I'm just going to select make compound path. All of the blue is selected. The black is not selected right now. And the reason why the black isn't selected is because we did not do anything with the black. We only altered the blue when we did the subtract feature. Okay, the subtract option. All right, so now we have two parts again. Okay, and I know right now it looks a little choppy. You guys are probably like, okay, it looks a little bit weird, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, now we are going to get ready to open up our rhinestone panel. So what we're doing here, let's see if we wanted to put a shape in this word. Like I don't have the shirt with me, but the bling box design for this month is pretty much this method. And it says summer and it has a sun on the inside of it. You can do the same thing with the shape. You can do different. I mean, technically, this symbol is a shape, but you can do it with the palm tree. You can do it different ways, but you could use the same method to do all of that. All right. So now I have the rhinestone panel, and the rhinestone panel is generally at the bottom. Hey, Miss Deborah Browning. Hey, Baby Giant Services. Hey, everybody that came in that I did not see. I think Miss Sonia's here. Hey. All right, so now that I have the rhinestone panel open, we'll go over the rhinestone panel a little bit. The first thing is the effect. You have, this is if we turn something into rhinestones and you want to remove that, you can. This is just as an outline. They call it an edge, but it's just an outline. Let me select that. So if I select this, this is what it'll look like. Okay, the default rhinestone size is 10 SS. Okay. So that just gave us an outline. This will give us a linear fill. And then this will give us a radial fill. Okay, and the radial fill is more linear fills. I say is good with things with angles, like squares, rectangles, sharp edges. The radial fill is more for shapes or fonts that are more curved, you know, like bubbly. Like this is like a bubbly type of font. Okay, so that's what you would get. Now, let's say you're like, you know what, I don't know what I want to do yet, or I still need to work a little bit more on the template itself. You would then go and you would just click none, and then it would remove it. Okay, now these are the different rhinestone sizes: 6SS, 10SS, 16SS, 20SS. These are the default rhinestone sizes inside of the business edition. You can change the size. So you can create a custom rhinestone template. If you purchase a whole bunch of SS8 rhinestones, guess what? You could just put your space, you can just put the size in it, and you can create your own SS8 rhinestone. Okay. Now with spacing, the spacing that we're talking about here is the space in between the different rhinestones. Okay. So the default spacing is a 0.039. I generally like to use less space in between my rhinestones, but depending on what what your preference is, that's totally up to you. Freehand, I rarely ever use a freehand. I do show how to use it inside of the class. I don't necessarily think it's necessary that you really need it, but you might. I don't know. I don't. So release rhinestones, we're actually not going to go over this. If you want to take one of the classes, I'll have it up soon because I'm going to make any changes that we're going to do to this template inside of Adobe Illustrator because I actually do want to try to cut it out. Okay. And then here, this just tells you how many rhinestones that you're going to need. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to select all of this. You can do this in pieces. I'm just going to select it all and I'm going to head over to the radial fill. And I'm selecting the radial fill because of the shapes of the letters. And honestly, radial fill is my favorite. We'll do a beginner's class very, very soon. So it's going to be this month, maybe in 2 weeks. If I could do like a pop-up one next week, I might do one or maybe do one throughout the week. So now you guys see how that looks, right? So there is a lot of space in between the rhinestones. So generally, I will go down to a 0.015. Now, if you're creating your templates, just know that those holes are going to be so very close, and you may not necessarily want to have to deal with that. Now, when we work with the spacing, that also increases the amount of rhinestones that you're going to need. So if you look down here at the total, you'll see under 10SS that we need 2,292 rhinestones for this template right now. Okay. But I want to tighten those stones up. I don't like all that space. Okay. You can do a 0.20. You can do a point. You can play around with it. I am going to go with a 0.015. So 0.015 is the general spacing that I will use for SS10 stones. For my SS6 rhinestone designs, I usually go with a 0.013. Okay. And if you notice, you'll see how now you can totally see the letters. You can see that symbol a lot better on the inside, but that also increased the amount of stones. So for this design right now, and it's a 10.5, that is 3,075 rhinestones. Okay. Now, the size is going to change a little bit. because once we actually turn this into stones, it does, you know, it will make it a little bit wider and sometimes a little bit longer because it has to factor in the space of those stones. Now I'm going to do option and I'm just going to hold down my option key and I'm going to make another duplicate copy of it because I want to show you guys this really quick too while we're doing it. So if you notice right now, I can still manipulate the stones. Okay, I can still manipulate this design. I can turn it back into like a regular design. Let's say if I want to do this and I could do that. Okay, I could keep it just like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into SS6 so you guys can see how that would look. Definitely much more blinky. Hey, Robin's Creations. Hey, Miss Karen D. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and make another copy. If you've ever taken my classes, y'all know that I make copies and copies and copies, and I get upset when I forget to make a copy. So I'm just making another copy, and we're going to remove the fill. We're going to remove the rhinestone from it. Now, I am going to do, this is another, like, let's say if we wanted to do this with puff and glitter or something like that, you can totally do that. I'm just going to right click. And I'm just going to group all of that together. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because when we take this into Adobe Illustrator, I'm going to use this to kind of help keep me on track. Like I'll put this behind the design and it'll help keep me on track. You can also use this. Let's say if you have a polyester shirt, you can do sublimation. You can do, it's so many different things that you could do. Now with sublimation, I might not have that offset there. So I would have another version without the offset, so that, you know, it seems seamless when you're subbing on top of it. All right, so I just want to show you guys this one here. So let's say we were to change this. Let me change the size. So at this point, I can still resize it because I haven't released any of the rhinestones. I haven't taken it out of the Silhouette software. So I can actually resize it and the rhinestones will adjust. So you guys see right now, this is 9.992. by 8.140. This is now 9.665. So you can do this, especially if you're going to be creating this design for like a small shirt or a medium shirt. Some people create universal designs that, you know, the size is the size. It's going to be a 9 by 9. So that way it can fit on small, you can put it on a medium, and you can put it on a large. But I do like to change the size of my designs depending on the shirt size that I'm going to use. And to be quite honest, I usually go based off of my shirt size because I generally make the designs. Every design that I make for the most part, except these Zodiac signs, are generally something that I'm making for myself. So I usually like larger designs. So my designs are always going to be between 10.5 and 11.5. I do like extra large designs. All right, so we can do that. I can also change the rhinestone size still at this point. So right now it's 10 SS. But I'm changing it to 6 SS right now. And you guys will see how that will look. We will see. So if you guys look right here, that looks really, really good, right? It looks very nice. It's very tight. And those stones are a lot smaller than the 10 SS, okay? But I generally only do these designs in SS10. I don't usually make these in SS6. All right, so if I wanted to resize it, right now is the time for me to resize it. But I'm going to leave it at a 10.5 because that would still fit on a medium shirt. It might be able to fit a little bit on a small shirt, but it's definitely medium and large. Now, I do have, let me check and see what the other designs like this are, like what size I made those, because I don't remember what size I made those. So I'm going to see what size they are. I do like to stay, I do like to use the same size, like a similar size for each of the designs. And it might be a little bit smaller that I did it. Where is the Gemini? So the Gemini design was, oh, I can't even see the picture. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see the picture. I can't see it. Inventory description. What is it? Of course, I don't have the description. Okay, so it was about the same, 10.413. So we'll stick with the 10.5. It's going to be a little bit larger than that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to export this out because we're not finishing this up in Silhouette Studio. We're finishing this up in Adobe Illustrator because it's, for me, Adobe Illustrator is a lot faster, and it looks like we might be able to cut this. It's not 9 o'clock yet, and we may be able to cut this with our Romeo. All right, so I'm just lining this up, and I'm going to send it to the back. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to send it to the back. I'm going to open up our fill panel. And then I'm going to increase the transparency so I can see behind it. Okay, this is how I usually work on my designs to make sure that it's lined up correctly and everything's in place. Okay, so that looks pretty good. If we wanted to, we could go ahead and start adjusting these stones here. What we would have to do is, we already made sure the size is correct. I would then go to release compound path, and then I would start adding the stones you guys see here in this area. We're about to fix these different parts. Okay, so I'm just gonna minimize, and because I have so much on my screen, I'm gonna select all of that. I'm going to go to File. I'm gonna select Save Selection, and then we're gonna do Save to Hard Drive. If I click Save As or Save, it's going to save everything on the screen. I only want that selected. That's why I have it selected. So I'm going to put Cancer symbol. I'm going to say SS10. And I don't know the size yet, so I'm not going to select the size. And then I'm going to change the format. And this is one of the main benefits of having Silhouette Studio, the business edition. I'm going to head down to SVG. Okay, as you guys see, you can save it as SVG, PNG, JPEG. If you don't have Silhouette Studio Business Edition, you won't even have these options. Okay, you won't even have these options. So I'm going to select SVG. All right, I'm going to say OK. And then now we're going to head into Adobe Illustrator. Okay, with Silhouette Studio, you don't need Adobe Illustrator, but I really do want to try to get this cut out tonight. I don't know what we're going to do while it's cutting. Maybe while it's cutting, I'll show you guys how to do it in Silhouette. Okay, while it's cutting, we can do that. All right, so now I'm just going to open this up, and it's going to open up for me inside of Adobe Illustrator. Tiana, the SVG. The SVG looks good too. You can make it into SVG. You don't have to just use it. Like, if you're doing this type of design, I would suggest, if you have invested in the business edition of Silhouette Studio, and honestly, I think this is like a minimum investment. Like, it's very, very small compared to other softwares. I think it's a very, very small investment. You can create your SVG, and then you can also create your rhinestones, because remember, everybody is not doing rhinestones. Okay, but some people may like the design for a vinyl shirt. They may like the design for, you can print it out and do sublimation with it. You can do so many different things with it. Okay, so you want to make sure, like, you utilize your software. All right, so now we're going to get ready, and I'm just going to fill this stuff in. Okay, LaShonda, that was so nice. Thank you, LaShonda. LaShonda gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, LaShonda. All right, so, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to get ready, and we're going to start changing these. Now, one thing I do, and I would suggest also inside of Silhouette Studio, you got to maximize your screen. Like, I'm going to make this screen as large as I can, right? Because that way, that'll help me see everything. Okay, if it's too small, you may have stones that are overlapping, and you can't really tell that they're overlapping until it's never too late, but you don't want that. So all I'm doing now is I'm holding down my Option key, and I'm just placing these stones in to fill that space. Okay, and it doesn't really have to take too long to do it. And for some of you guys, I did list the period poo design. If you guys are interested in the period poo design, I did list the design. I listed both SS6 and SS10. All right, so we're just putting this here. But you want to make sure, if you guys notice, I'm making sure that they are not touching at all. Okay, that's where you'll get your rips. When you go to cut it, it'll rip, and you don't want that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now I might try to squeeze another one, like move it over, but we're gonna leave it just like that. That doesn't look too bad. And then here, I'm gonna see if I can move that up and fit another one. Maybe not. So what I'll do here is I'll bring this down so that reduces some of the space. So you don't really have a gap. It won't look very gappy, right? You don't necessarily want a lot of gaps in between your designs. All right, so I'm just gonna make, and this is kind of how I do it. Like, I'll move over when I need to fill, but if not, then let's see how this will look here. But you want to make sure you're not touching. That's pushing it. No, so I'm just gonna move this back here because that was pushing it. I'll move that over, and let me see. Now, you want to be careful when you're moving your stones around because you want there to look like there's some, uniformity. You don't want it to look like you just threw some holes in your design. But this is the part that discourages people. Who said it discouraged them? Tion just said that, and it does. But I find that when I come in Adobe Illustrator, like I can just do it a little more quicker. But I do like for things to look nice. Like I don't like to have a rhinestone design that does not, that's not neat or filled in. Now it's tempting sometimes to leave it as is, but I don't necessarily like to do that. So if you guys see, I'm just moving to fit it in, but also definitely making sure that they don't overlap. So this is the part. Is it okay that different colors touch? So we'll go over there. So the way that it's not okay. It's okay if different colors touch if it's layered, but it's just not okay if the same. Like if this is like that, as you guys see, like in Adobe Illustrator, like this already tells me right here that this is not good. This is going to intersect and it's going to touch when it's cutting. And Silhouette Studio does you can see it too in Silhouette Studio, but sometimes you can only tell once you make it into a compound path, and it's not too late. So I'm just making sure that we're going to have a good fill. Now, this is what these two touching right here, this is going to be fine. They're going to layer in just fine. But if you want to move it so that it's not touching, you can. Or if you want to move it so that it's barely touching, you can do that. Because remember, these are going to be layered. So the black and the blue, that's going to be layered inside. Okay. So I'm just going here and I'm just filling in all these parts. And I'm just going to kind of, move it up a little bit because there's not enough space there for me to fit a stone. So that's what I do when there's not enough space to fit a stone. Like right here, so I would try to kind of push it a little bit right there. Just because that was enough space. All right, so our end is almost done. Tiana, you can totally do this, girl. You can totally, y'all, this is, for me, like the process of creating rhinestone templates, it's very therapeutic to me. I like creating rhinestone templates, especially like when I'm listening to my true crime. I'll put on a podcast, listen to a little bit of, listen to a case and just move stones. And then by the time I look up, it's all done. All right, so our end is done. That's as good as we're going to get that end. Now you can do it, you can get a little better than that, but I'm just going to do it like this. All right, so right here, let's see. All right, that's not too bad, but it's going to be fine. All right, I'm going to leave it just like that. But that's all. So this is the part that takes a little bit of time. I can tell you that inside of Silhouette Studio, it does take a little bit longer inside of Silhouette Studio to get this. Adobe just moves a lot more smoothly, but the price point for Silhouette Studio, like It's way cheaper than Adobe. It's way cheaper than Corel Draw and the Rhinestone Wizard. It's way cheaper. So I'm just, uh-oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, it's fine. All right, so let me move this here. And we're going to, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger so that I can see. And I may move this up here. And then move another one right here. Okay, that's going to be fine. That's going to look great. It's honestly not that bad, y'all. It's really not that bad. It's not. Once you start doing it, you'll see it's not that bad. Delonda, is it that bad? Dense, Marilyn, is it? Marilyn likes making rhinestone templates too. Like she likes making them. Like she likes to be curled up on her couch, moving rhinestones, moving dots. She's fine with that. All right, so I'm just moving, like just making more space. And this is only because I want it to be super tight. Now, remember when I was playing with the rhinestone space, if you play around with the space, you don't even have to do all of this. But because I like a certain amount of space in between the holes, I kind of have to fix it how I like it. But I just got to make sure that it does not touch. Any rhinestone software you have, including Corel Draw and the Rhinestone Wizard, you will have to do this. I do have Corel Draw. I have the Rhinestone Wizard, and I paid 1,000 times more for that than I did for Silhouette Studio, and I still have to do work on it. So it's not like there's not a software that you're going to get that instant fix. There's not. Okay. There may be. I haven't found it. The ones that I've used, no. There may be. Because there are other rhinestone softwares too. All right. I'm just like, I like for it to be neat. I don't like a messy template. And it is tempting to have a messy template. It's tempted to hit convert to rhinestones or turn into rhinestones and just leave it as is. Trust me, it is. Because it does take a lot of work to do it. All right, I'm just moving it over. I actually kind of overdid it this time. I didn't. I started moving stones. I could have just filled them in, but it's fine. All right, that side of the A is almost done. Now, generally, I would try to squeeze one here, and I'm going to have to do it. I'm sorry. I know I'm trying to rush, but I don't really want to rush because I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out. I have brother skin and cut rhinestone kit. Have you used that one? Crystal, I haven't used the brother scan and cut for rhinestones. I haven't, but I've heard that it's good. I've heard that you can use it with it, especially like as like starting out to try it out and see if you like it. Yeah, you can. I've heard, and I've seen it being used before. So I'm moving this here. Now I am going to move that one down, even though that's the outline of the letter, but it's perfectly fine. You move the stones around as you need to. Okay. So see right here, I'm just going to move that one down just a little bit. And then we're going to move over to the C. I still have to do the black parts, but the black doesn't look like it's going to be that challenging. All right, so I'm just going to put this right here. And we're going to move that over a tad. And we're good. That looks good. It looks very nice. All right, so now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because this area is a little bit tight. I'm going to put a stone right here. We're going to move that up. Red outline. No, Adobe doesn't do the red outline. Adobe does. It starts now. There is a way inside of Silhouette Studio. We'll go look when it's. If I cut this out, do y'all have time to cut it out? Do y'all want to cut it out tonight, or do y'all just like we could cut it out another time, or we don't necessarily have to? Let me know what y'all think. So this right here, I want to fill that space up, but you don't want to do it. I'm going to show you guys how to. We're going to go through the Silhouette settings. But for some reason, my silhouette just does whatever it wants to do. I don't know why. But I'm moving this in. If you've ever done like tumblers and things and you use like the honeycomb method also works well when you're doing hot fix rhinestone templates. Okay, and see that's kind of close. That's definitely close. So you just, you check your stuff out, make sure that, it's not touching. It doesn't hurt, especially if you decide that you want to sew your templates. It doesn't hurt to double check and to do, the extra steps just to make sure that your template is going to be okay. Now, the only thing with my templates is that as y'all see, like my spacing is very tight. So if you're using like a mat and you're placing the flock directly onto the mat, that could cause ripping if you don't take it off carefully. Okay. And also you need to make sure your blade is good. There's a lot of other factors that you have to make sure. So I'm just gonna, do I want to put another one there? I don't. So I'm just gonna, like I did before, we're just filling in this space so that there's not a major gap in between the stones. And then I'm just moving them over, creating a little more space in between. You see how that kind of filled it up? It doesn't even look like there was space there before. That's what you want to do. So that's why I kind of work on both sides and kind of tighten it up a little bit so that it's not noticeable. Now, the only thing I don't like when stones look like this. So I'll just go ahead and kind of straighten this out. This is just a preference thing for me. You don't have, if you don't mind it, being a little jagged like that, that's perfectly fine. Most people don't mind. Most people don't even notice. I just don't like it. I want it all to be kind of curved together like that. Okay. Let's see if I missed any questions. Cut it out tonight. Okay, Porgy Town. Okay, Danisa, we'll cut it out. I'm going to use Romeo because it's faster, but Romeo is all the way over there. So we'll go over some stuff in Silhouette Studio. I'll show you guys how to like finalize this in Silhouette Studio. Yeah. All right. So let's go back here. And then I'm just doing the same thing. To create the duplicate, all I'm doing is holding down my Option key. If you have a PC and you want to create a duplicate stone like that, all you would do is hold down your Alt key and left click or right click, left click and move it. All right, so same thing right here, but I still don't want too much, so I'm just gonna have this space like that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Taylor's calling me. 1 second. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm like, why didn't you just text me? She's like, oh, I didn't know you're live. I'm like, it's Friday night. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of the live, but it's all good. She's fine. She's safe. She's about to head out. She just had to tell me that. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're going to get back in. I forgot what I was saying, so we're just going to keep going. All right, so let me go ahead and move this up. Let's see. That looks pretty good. And this is another, like, I'm just straightening these stones out a little bit and filling in that space. And we're going to go there. All right. All right. Oh, and did you guys see I just resized that stone? I don't want to resize the stone. Another thing I didn't show you guys. So I'm in Adobe Illustrator right now. And so I have the stone selected. I'm going to select on properties and we're going to look at the size of that rhinestone. So this is SS10 and it's letting us know that it's a 0.13 by 0.13. That is the size for SS10. Okay, that is the size for SS10. Now, here, where I'm trying to squeeze it in, I don't really want to lose that shape there. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one and just try to like bring this out just so I'm still changing the size and bring it out just a little bit more. Okay. Now I really do want to put a stone there, but I'm going to avoid that urge to try to squeeze one in. All right, so we're here. I'm just moving these over a little bit because we don't necessarily have to add a stone there. Going too quick. All right. All right, I'm going to come back and check the chat to see if I missed anything in a second. I do want to finish the letters first so that we can at least start the process of getting ready to cut it. All right. I want to put one right there. All right, let me move. So now I'm just moving stones around so that we could fit stones in. You don't have to do all of this, but this is honestly what I do every time I create a rhinestone template. So sometimes I could do it quick. Sometimes I can't do it that quick. It just depends on the design itself. This is a fairly simple design though. All right, that part of the R looks pretty good to me. And then we're going to just place, this one doesn't look bad either. I'm just going to move that over just a little bit. And let's see if I can fit one here. I can, yay. You can fit one right there. But this is why you want to maximize it, or why at least I maximize it, because I'm able to actually see, see the space, see if it's touching, see it more clearly, see what can fit, what won't fit, right? So I like it like that. All right, let's go ahead and do this E. And I am going to just select all of those right here, and hopefully that will fit. All right. That fit pretty good. All right, so all I did was select all of those. And what I'm in right now, and the reason why it's not selecting anything else is because I'm in isolation mode with only the blue. So I'm only working with the blue. So that's why I'm able to kind of select, why do I keep clicking that? Select the blue. And then I'm just going to bring this down, and we're going to, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select this row right here again, and then I'm just doing the same thing. I'm making a duplicate copy, and I'm going to be able to just fill in the letters. So I do a lot of stuff like this that kind of helps save me time too while I'm in Adobe. And then I'm just moving this down, and we're almost done with this part of the E. So it's up to you. You can definitely go a lot quicker. There are definitely shortcuts. Okay. Oh, something's happening outside. Not sure what. They rarely ever turn on the alarm. All right. So here we are. And let's see. All right. So I want to put another one right here. I don't like that space there. Oh my goodness. I don't want to do that. All right. My mouse is super, super sensitive. My mouse pad is super, super sensitive today. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's super sensitive. All right, so I'm just adding here. What if you mistakenly resize a stone? Don't notice. Is there a way you can make sure all the stones are? Yes, Mylene. So we're going to go into Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that too. I'll show you guys how to, because when we take this out of Adobe Illustrator and I open it up into Silhouette Studio, some of these stones may be slightly bigger, some may be slightly smaller. They still will brush in fine, but I'll show you how to make sure you get it at 0.13. But you can totally do that. You can do like a universal size change with it. Now in Adobe Illustrator, that's the one thing. Adobe Illustrator kind of caps you at the amount of objects you can do that with. And when you're dealing with rhinestones, you have thousands and thousands of rhinestones. As y'all saw, Like this is like 3,000 rhinestones. So in Adobe, when you do try to do like a universal change, that can cause you a slight issue. And sometimes it's just like, it's just too many things for them to change. So in Silhouette Studio, you can totally do that a lot easier. So Silhouette Studio definitely does have its advantages. Like every software is different, and you can find what works best for you in each software, honestly. All right, so all right, that looks good. Yeah, I'm on my Mac. In my exactly, Shaka Terrell. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I'm using my Mac. All right, so we're pretty much done with the blues. I'm just gonna put one or two here, and then we're pretty much done with the blues. All right. All right. I think that's gonna be fine. I can't really fit much into this space right here, but what I can do is like I'll usually like kind of you play around with your space. Okay, play around with the space, see what looks good, what works for you, and that way, you know, you'll have a good looking design. So I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna add a few here, straighten that out a little bit. Add one right there. And we're pretty much done with the C. Let me go back down. Oh, but y'all know I don't like this part right here. So we're just gonna straighten these out. And don't necessarily like how that looks, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be so fine. All right, so let's see. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Just always make sure that you don't have any touching. Like this right here, that's fine. That's not going to overlap, but you don't want it to be like on top of it like that. You don't want it to be, if you have it on top of it like that, when you get ready to layer it, it's not going to layer right. That is not too bad with the touching. It's different colors. It's going to fall right into place. You just don't want it to overlap too much. All right. And right here, I do want to remove some of this space right here because you'll be able to really notice that space. So I'm just moving the rhinestones. You don't have to do this. I do this one because I sell templates and I don't want anybody getting anything that I wouldn't like. So that's why I do this extra stuff like that. All right. All right. So our C's are, the blue part is done. Now we're going to work on the black. Okay. And that's not going to take that long. The black is going to be pretty quick. So we're just doing the same thing. Hey, Bad Brad. We purchase this design. Well, we need to do the same process. Well, if you purchase this design, what do you mean do the same process? If you purchase this design, it's going to be a final design. You won't have to do any of this stuff with it. Like anything that I'm doing right now, you won't have to do any of it because it's already going to be done. So you don't have to worry about that. Ideally, like I don't want anybody to have to ever fix any of my designs. Now, does that happen all the time? No. Do I make mistakes and sometimes I just don't get it right all the time? Yes. But for the most part, I don't want anybody to have to fix my design. So you shouldn't have to do anything with it. Now, some people do like to do, like they don't like the amount of space that I put in my stones in between them. But I just can't do a rhinestone design with a lot of space in between the stones. I can, but y'all know what I mean. Oh my goodness. Don't stress me out. I'm telling my mouse pad is so sensitive. It's never this sensitive. All right. All right, so we're just gonna keep doing that. All right, purchase, no. All right. All right, all right, all right. But I do want you guys, I do this because for the most part, I do the classes, but if you guys look on my channel, I have pretty much every technique that I do. I do have a video or a live showing how to do it. I want you to be able to do this. Like, I want you to be able to, I just don't want you to do my exact designs, but I want you to be able to do it for your own designs and your own businesses or whatever it is that you're doing. I want you to know how to do it. So if you see something that I have, like I do have videos showing how to do it. All right, so that was the C's done. Y'all see how, do you see the difference that made with that C area and how that looks now? Like, that makes a huge difference. It makes a huge, huge, huge difference. Okay, so you want to take that time out and, you know, and make these corrections or revisions or just fine tune it. You want it to look good, but it does make a difference. Like, I'm just looking here. I'm going to see if I want to add any more stones. I may not need to, but y'all see all that space right there? I'm going to have to. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create another line here. And we're going to, let's see if I could create another layer. But so far, but if you notice, I'm using the image in the back. That's why I kind of increased the transparency. I'm using the image in the back, like, just to make sure that I stay on track. This works really good when you have like more busier designs. This isn't that busy, but when you have like a busier design, that works great, especially when you have images. That is the route to go. Definitely. All right, and I'm just putting this here. I'm going to move this here. Let's see. I don't like that. So I'm going to move this up some. This one up too. I'm going to put one here. And let me see how that looks. That looks okay, but I don't like space. And this just is a matter of preference. Like, we really don't have to do much else to this part, but I know how I like it. And I don't want to sell anything that I'm not thrilled over. All right, so that may look fine. Okay, that's going to be fine. Now, if you want, you can add more stones there, but you just have to make it tighter. All right. I think I moved a part that I wasn't supposed to move right here, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I did. You'll see there, I moved it out, and I shouldn't have. Or that was when I did the offset. All right, let me see anything. Hey, Shanice. No, once you start to do it, Shanice, it's honestly, I couldn't always do it this quick. But once you get a few templates under your belt, it starts to go by quick. Like, you can do it. I could have been done with this if I wasn't trying to be so particular about the stones and the spacing. So I like a little bit of spacing, and that causes me a lot of extra work because I don't like a lot of spacing in between. But when you start resizing it and everything, you'll see sometimes there's times where I'll resize something and it fits perfectly, like all the stones, like very little alterations need to be made. And I'll be like, yep, it's going to be this size because I just don't have time today. But We got a little bit of time. What time is it? Almost 9:30. We'll be able to get ready to cut. We may be this. It's a lot of stone, so it's gonna take us a while to cut this out, but we'll cut it out. It's gonna take us a little bit of time, so y'all may want to get a snack while it's cutting, but we'll go over everything else in Adobe Illustrator too. And then I'll show how to do the settings in there. All right, let's see if I can fit one here. I can. I'll just move that over. All right. We're pretty much done with the A. Okay. I'm gonna put that there, put that there. All right, that A. Oh, I forgot this little part. I'm just gonna add one here. But I do like to go in like order, because sometimes if you don't, you may forget like where you're supposed to be. I have thought I finished several designs and I wasn't done with it. I'm just gonna put that there. I'm gonna move this down a little bit. All right, that's gonna be good. That part is good. Now we're over here with our N, and I'm gonna put one there. All right. But I always gotta keep in mind the actual shape. Like I don't want to alter that. If you have like music that you like to listen to some music and do this, you can. For all of my blingers, Terrell was DJing the day at work for our party. He thinks he's a real DJ. He is not. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I don't want to smooth it out. Another thing that I love about Adobe Illustrator is that, like, even when I'm doing like different designs, like you can smooth your edges in Adobe Illustrator for a smoother cut. All right, we got to go down to that bottom row and then we're going to be done. I'm kind of rushing right now. All right. Oh, I don't like how this looks, y'all. I don't like how it looks. We're going to put that right there. I'll move this over. We're going to move that over a little bit. And then we're going to put this right here. And okay, that looks a little bit more defined. I don't like how this looks either. You'll see that. I don't like that at all. But we're going to see if we can fix it up really quick. Because I don't think all the time like that spacing looks really good. And then sometimes when you pressure stones, like you can see like it looks like, you know, a little different. But I don't necessarily like that. I'm gonna move this. We'll just wait. I'm gonna look at the chat in 1 second. I can't see. I can see it because I actually have it up in the front of me, but I don't know, once you get focused on doing something, you can't really pay attention, everything attention. Oh, okay. But we just gonna leave that like that. Oh, let's see if I can fit. Yep, I can fit one right there. That one's good. Oh, I want to keep it right there. Okay. So this is just a matter of preference. This is, you don't have to do all of this. You don't have to do all of this. So let's start the video over when you resize. Chocolate Roll, when you resize, so I'm going to resize inside of Silhouette Studio, but you do have to start over. Like it's a brand new design pretty much every single time. Now, there are ways around it, which I don't want to confuse anybody. Like there are different things that you could do. But it's a little different. It's a little different. Miss Sharon Davenport. Thank you, Miss Sharon Davenport. Miss Sharon Davenport, did you hear that bell? Did you hear the bell? I hope you heard it, because earlier Angel and everybody said that they couldn't hear the bell, Miss Sharon Davenport. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right. So I'm just trying to get this tight here. All right. All right. All right. We're moving, y'all. We're moving right along. We are moving right along. All right. Here we go. All right. Oh, see, I gotta do this part here. That part's done, but this isn't. I mean, I can't really fit much here, but I'm gonna try to squeeze something there. The font that I use, I don't remember if I actually said it, but I used to Ask Why. I know I showed it. I used Ask Why for this one. But depending on my mood, that depends on the font that I use. Ask Why was one of my favorites for a good little minute. And then I moved on to other fonts, but we used Ask Why tonight because it was nice and it's a nice and thick font. All right. See, I'm just making sure that they don't touch. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you, Judy. See, Kristen, Kristen always hears the bell. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much. Because sometimes I don't know what happened, so everybody can't hear it. It's probably my noise cancellation, though. That's why. But, all right. So again, like this is a lot of space right there, and I definitely don't want a lot of space like that. So I'm just gonna go. I know they're overlapping right now, but I can kind of move it around some. I just don't like all of that space. And then I may move that down just a little bit. You can, to create room, you can move your stuff a little bit to create room. So that's gonna go right there. We're almost done. I'm gonna cut it, and then once I start cutting it, I'll go back into silhouette. All right, so that, okay, so we're good. So you see why, like, I can use the background just to make sure we're all good. I'm gonna move that down just a little bit. And now we're going to work on this part. And I'm just creating duplicate stones. That's it. That is it. Oh, Miss Joy, thank you so much. I'm not Delonda's teacher. Thank you so much, Miss Joy. Mylene, Mylene, really? Mylene, we're usually on the same page. Really, Mylene. Just a mess. I'm not sure classes. It depends. So I think the class I don't even know. I think it's the last class that I had for beginner was 150. The class lasts for we're in class maybe like 5 hours, and I need to break it down. I think that's another thing, another reason why I haven't done a class in a while. We used to do them monthly, and then Evie and I's class for the advanced, I think it's 140. I'm not sure. I don't even know, but it just takes a lot of time out of the day. So I really think that I need to break the class down and maybe do like a weekend type of class or something like that, because it takes a lot out of the day for me when I do it. But it's worth it, and I'm not going to cheat you guys out of any information. So that, if I don't have it and what I'm scared of is that I'll break it into a 2-day class, and each day will still be 5 hours each. And so I just don't, because I'm always like, I'm going to try to tell you guys every single thing that you could do. Even in the beginner class, like the beginner class, it's beginner, but it's very, very detailed, and we learn a lot of different techniques in it. I want you to be able to leave from the beginner class and know how to create your own templates. If you want to start selling your templates, like I want you to already have all of those tools. So I'm not like I go over a lot of things. The advanced class does like more so like advanced techniques, like how to turn a portrait into stones. We do like how to do shapes. We turn PNGs into rhinestones. I don't have this in there, but this would, I would actually consider this more so like a beginner type of design, only because we only really use the subtract feature and the offset. And that's generally what we work on inside of the beginner class. Like we do subtract, we do, we make it into offsets. So that's why I would consider this more so like a beginner type of design. In the advanced, we work on like the shadow layer, like how I like to do the 3D layer. If y'all saw Period Poo last night. Delonda, I loved your Period Poo shirt that you put into the Facebook group. It looked so good. Marilyn's last night. Marilyn, I need that color shirt that you used last night, though, for it. Marilyn's shirt looked so good last night, y'all. If you guys didn't see, we were blinging last night over on Angel Bee Designs. And everybody's shirts came out good. I love how Eve did with the bags, like that tone on tone design color scheme she had going on with the bags. That looked amazing. Everybody did so good. All right. So our E is done, and now we just have the R, and we're going to get ready to start cutting in a second. Now, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show you guys what I would recommend you to do. We're going to open this up inside of Silhouette Studio. I'm going to cut it just like from here. I'm not measuring anything because I know that it's going to be fine, but I'm going to show you guys like the actual process of finalizing it, because there are steps that you have to take, especially when selling it. Or sharing it, selling or sharing. Even if you're sharing it, you don't want anybody to waste their material because something was wrong. You don't want that to you. Nope. Because flop is not cheap. It is not cheap at all. All right, so I'm just moving it down. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna look at the chat in one more second. Give me a little minute. And we're almost done. We're really done with this, y'all. How long did that take us, y'all? Like an hour to do this? And it's really because I'm just a little extra. Oh, okay. I don't like this right here. So I don't like that. So I'm going to just move it over because I could probably fit if I moved all of these. This is why it takes so much time for me, because I don't have to do this. I didn't have to bring it over. I could have just left it as is, but no. I got to try to fit in another stone. I have to. All right. So do you guys see the difference? Look at it. Look at it now. That looks so good. Okay, so I'm just going to save this. And I'm just going to save it as it is. Okay. Now, I am then going to go into Leonardo. Because I brought in Adobe Illustrator, I'm going to open it back up in Silhouette Studio, but I won't be able to resize it. Okay. So that's going to be fine. But I don't want to confuse you guys because I'm going to open it up in Silhouette Studio to show you guys a few things. But we're going to go back to the original file that we created inside of Silhouette Studio and work on that as well. All right, so let me click Design. I am going to change my mat size to, let's change it to 12 by 24 should be good. 12 by 24, I'm going to bring this in, import, and I am going to, it's on my desktop, here it is. All right. And as y'all see, it came in as one color. I don't know, it's probably because I did it inside of, I don't know why it does that sometimes here. But as y'all see, that's how it looks here. But that's only because I have that color behind it. All right, so I can delete this. I don't need this. All right, so I'm going to just get ready to cut this like this. It's just going to be 2 parts. Y'all know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to cut the symbol first. Well, not first, but I'm going to cut the symbol because that way when the symbol starts, I can peel it off. And if we're done, I can actually start brushing it. All right, so I'm going to get a square and I'm just going to create a box around it for when we cut. And what color do I want that to be? I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I'm going to change the color of the box to red. Click apply, center back. And here we have it. All right, so then I'm going to select both of that, and I'm going to both of those, and I'm going to do combine paths. All right, so we got our, let me create another box. Okay. And it actually ended up being, you guys saw, it's like 10.638. Now, if you're opening any of your designs up in Cricut, like your size matters. Like you have to make sure you know what size it is. And we're going to look at the size in a second, but I'm just rushing to do this now. Into back, I'm going to right click there. We're going to do combine paths. And now we're ready to cut. I am ready to cut it. It's all good. But I do want to change it black. That red is harsh. Oh no, I like black. All right, let's click Send Design. This is our design. We're going to click Send Design. I'm so far behind. Why am I so far behind? I'm missing everything. Deborah Browning, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Miss Rosalind McElveen, thank you so much for the super sticker. Oh, thank you. Mocha Crochet and Crafts, is there a replay? I did not create the Gemini design on a live. This is the first time that I'm doing one of these designs on a live, and that is because Tammy King, one of my members, requested it. And so I decided I was going to do it in the members only, but I'll just sit here. Hey, Miss Leva. All right, so we're going to click Send. I already have my settings. I think I have my settings. Let me go check my blade, okay? So I'm going to add me back to the screen for now. Let me... All right. Hey, y'all. So I'm going to add... So I'm going to just head over here and I'm just going to check my blade and make sure everything is good. But I'm using the Caesar Romeo, as you guys know by now already. I'm using the Romeo, and I'm just making sure my blade looks good. It does look pretty decent. I probably need to sharpen it up a little bit because I was cutting a lot of flocks. So I'm just taking aluminum the same way I do with my Cricut. I'm just cleaning it, making sure that it's nice and sharp. And it should be good to go. All right, so... Sorry, I don't have a camera here because I wasn't originally planning on doing cutting it on live, but we might as well. We might as well. Why not? All right, So the pressure that I'm using a pressure of 58. I haven't changed my blade out. I'm using a speed of 13 and a force of 58. Now, let me see if I want to use I may change it to 50. No. All right, we're going to be good. Because last night I used a pressure of 62, I think. And it cut, but it kind of left like a little cut marks in the back. So we're just going to click send design, send to cutter. And we should be good to go. All right. Yes. All right. So, okay, it's starting. All right. So we're going to head back into the software, but I did want to show you guys, I forgot to show you guys the other shirt that I made last night. So I made the Fed Up shirt, which is super cute. This is Evie's design. And then I also made, oh, thank you, Justice Craft Therapy. Y'all, 13 is like, everybody's been a member for 13 months. Like everybody tonight who did the member chat, the member super thing. Y'all, 13, thank you. For those of you who don't know, I'm born on the 13th day of August. So 13 is very special to me. I love 13. And Taylor's born on the 13th day of November. But look at this, y'all. This is I made this last night on Angel's Live on the Bling Along. And y'all, look how, y'all, super duper cute and sparkly and blingy. I love this. I love it. Now I do have that shirt already made, but this one I think I used white opal last time, I think, and I think I just like the crystal AB a lot better. I think for that. Retired Crafter 22. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dipsy Boot, 27 months. Dipsy Boot, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, y'all. Well, Delonda, these look so good. They look so good. You guys, it looks really, really good. Yeah, this is SS6, but the design comes in SS10 too. But of course, y'all know I have SS6. I love my SS6. I love it. Look at these 13s here. I love it. All right, let me go back. So while it's cutting, we can go back to our screen. Let me exit out of. All right, so we're back here. It's already at the cutter. So we're done with this part of the design. So every time I take it out, this is where I stop because I always take it back into Silhouette Studio and do different things that I might need to do with it. Okay, so let's head back into Silhouette Studio. This is still the screen. So right now, because I have like this, what I would suggest with Silhouette Studio is to always save your files in the library. Because if you save it in the library, you can go back and forth and you can make this smaller, you can make it larger. But once you release the rhinestones, you can't do that so easily. So I would just go and click save as, and then save to library. And then it'll save it as a silhouette file. Okay, and so I'm just going to type here Cancer symbol. It might tell me that I have to sign in. And these are all files. Like I saved a lot of different things in here. So it's just going to save it for me as a silhouette file. And I'm just going to make us back big. Karen D, 23 months. Thank you so much, Karen D. I appreciate you for being here for 1 day, 2 seconds. Thank you so much. 23 months is a long time. Like, this is a long time. All right. It takes forever for it to save. Look, it's telling me to sign in. I know I'm not signed in. So it's going to open up the screen for me to sign in. You also give me a few seconds. It does take a little bit of time. It does take a little bit of time. Silhouette. This is why I like to go in Adobe Illustrator. Now, everybody's silhouette doesn't go as slow as mine. And it's partly probably because of the amount of stuff that I have on this computer. But Adobe never disappoints me. All right, let me. But the good thing, oh, let me make sure I typed in the right password. The good thing is that with the library, the Silhouette Studio, why not? Y'all, give me a minute. Let me see if I remember my password. I just typed the same one in. But the good thing about having Silhouette Studio and using the library is that you don't have to have all of those files take up a lot of space on your hard drive. Okay, so that's why I like to use it. So I'm going to open up a new project. We're going to come back to that screen, but I'm going to open up this project and we're going to import in the design that we just finished in Adobe Illustrator. Now you can finalize all of this stuff in Adobe Illustrator if you want to, but let's say you get a design from somebody else that you didn't create, and it might not be exactly what you want it to be, or you need to check the size, you need to check the rhinestone sizes. We're going to do that now. So remember how when we started, this was a 10.5 design. Now it's telling us that it's a 10.637 and 8 by 8.979. So it does change sizes. Miss Sherry's got it for 24 months. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here for 24 months, y'all. This is y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here for so long. Miss Esther Smith, thank you, Miss Esther Smith, and for joining. On you, 11 months. Thank you. No worries, son. You were all a little hot mess around here, so it's all good. Elba, thank you so much for joining and being here for 6 months. Thank you. All right, so we're going to go. This is the Miss 29 months. You know, I got to see 2020. It's a new one. Last week, they finally came back with a new one because the week before was an old one. So don't worry. As soon as I'm done on this live, you already know. You already know. Taylor bought me some fruit. I'm going to eat that while I watch 2020. Tamika, oh my goodness. Y'all are hot mess. Porgy Town, thank you for being here for 11 months. Porgy Town is my fellow Miamian. Thank you, Porgy Town. Tamika Davis, I can't even keep up. Tamika Davis, thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome. Thank you. And Danny, 28 months, girl. Thank you. Danny, you've been here for a long time. I know, a long time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so let's see how this is going to work. So remember how this design was. We have this image in the background, right? I need to get that out of the way. I can delete this, or remember how I said once you have your rhinestone set up, you can use this as sublimation. You can use it for sublimation and bling. You can use it for vinyl. You can do so many different things with it, okay? I'm not going to use it, though. Like, I don't need it right now. But I think I'll include the SVG with the template. Now, there is a part here. I don't like that E. I don't like how that looks. So guess what we're about to do? I'm about to release all of these rhinestones. So I'm just going to right-click, and then I'm going to select the entire design. I'm going to right-click. And then I'm just going to click release compound path. And that's gonna make all of those rhinestones individual stones. You're a hot mess. Maryland, 30 months. Listen, time flies by when you are surrounded by good people. Like it just flies because everybody makes it so easy. And I appreciate you guys, honestly. Like, I appreciate all of you guys, all the subscribers, all of my members. Thank you so much. Twyla has been here for 16 months. Thank you, Twyla, for being here for so long. Welcome in, Brandon. Shaka Terrell. Yes. Thank you so look, y'all, I love me some tea. Thank you, Shaka Terrell. Now, I did buy everybody sweet tea today, and I did have a sip of, and it wasn't even my Dunkin', it was a tea that Walmart has called Milo's tea. And so I got that one. Oh, y'all, it was I think I think our symbols are already cut. Let me go check it and see. Wow. I love y'all. All right, I'm gonna remove the screen for a second. We're gonna go. It's still releasing. Y'all see the little wheel? That means that all of those stones are releasing. That's the one thing that does take a lot of time because it just takes time to release the stones. At least for me. Maybe not for you and your silhouette software, but for me. So the symbol already is done cutting, but it don't look like it cut good. It didn't cut good. Did I move it? Y'all, we may be starting this over again because I think I turned the blade. I'm glad I did that. No, I didn't. It's fine. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure that it looks like it cut. I do have some lifting here, but it didn't cut my bounding box good. My bounding box did not cut, and I don't see where this is cutting. But it looks like it. It didn't cut. It didn't cut the bounding box good, it looks like. Hold on, y'all. I'm glad I checked it and didn't wait, because this is so strange. It's like it did cut it. It just didn't look like it. All right. I was about to have like a little thing. All right, so it did cut it. But it was like it's like I couldn't even see it good. So it cut it. There are some holes that are still there, but it's fine. So before we're gonna brush it in tonight, but before I list it, there are a few things that I need to change. But I need to remove some of these dots, but we're not gonna remove it now. I'm gonna go back to the main screen. Yeah. It was like a look. What the heck is going on? It cut, but it did not look like anything cut at all. But it cut. All right, so as y'all see now y'all see like all of those small bounding boxes around each of those individual dots, right? So that just released all of the rhinestones for us. Now, the one thing I wanted to show you guys, one part of that E that I don't like is over here in this corner. I didn't work on that part. So let me click out of here. And if you guys see right here, it says like the width is 0.131, but we're going to look at what the width is or what the size of those holes are. Oh, Teresa Sister Her Crafts and thank you for being here for 28 months. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Berlinda. Hey, girl. Hey, Old School Music Kimball. Thank you for being here for 16 months. Thank you. Yo, I was tired. Now I'm up now. I'm up now. All right, let's do. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about with this. So you see right here, I don't like all of that space that's there. So I need to do something with that because I don't like it. And so I am just going to add another stone. Now I'm going to do this right here. Y'all probably like, we went to Adobe Illustrator. You're fixing it here. Like, girl, what do you want? Where do you want to design at? Do you want to design in silhouette? Make up your mind. I don't want to do this here, but this is a very simple fix. Y'all saw like that was a super, super simple fix. Because it just looked a little bit, it needed that extra stone right there. And this, I can move this up a little bit, like right there. All right. So I'm just going to minimize this. So now I'm actually going to create the final version of what I would list on my website to sell. Michelle, 14 months. Thank you for being here for 14 months. And Robin Murphy, thank you so much for gifting somebody a membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all, LaShonda and Robin, they both shared memberships, which is awesome. All right, so before we actually change this, I'm going to click onto a circle. So when I click onto this circle, this tells me that the size is 0.131 by 0.131. Now remember, the standard size for an SS10 rhinestone is 0.13, 0.13. So this is a 0.131. This is a part, this, you can use this size. 0.131 is just fine. A lot of people go a little bit higher. They may do 0.135, 0.136. It depends on what you like. I generally stick with 0.13, okay? But what I'm going to show you now is how to change it to so that it could all be back at 0.13, or if you purchase a design from someplace and your rhinestones come in at a smaller size, or you see that it's not, 0.13, the size matters, because if you're using SS10 rhinestones and you purchase SS10 rhinestones, you want them to fit. And it needs to be a 0.13, okay? So I am going to open up, hold on, let me open up my select by color panel. So I'm going to select by color again. We could open it there, or we can click onto the icon, okay? So now we have the select by color. But before we do that, I went too far. Remember how I want to show you guys. Now, generally, I would keep it like this, and I would list the file. It would be fine for me, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to select all of the stones. I'm selecting everything. On the right side, you see there's like 3 panels with a line going in between it. That's the transform panel. So we're going to select the transform panel. And then within the transform panel, you have an option to scale. We're going to select scale. Right? This is the second option. Robin Murphy, thank you for being a member. Thank you so much. All right, so if you look here, it says the width is 0.131, the height is 0.010. Okay, that's not necessarily what we're going for. So I want to change all of the holes to 0.13. Okay, so what I'm going to do is head to specify dimensions. I have everything selected. This only works if you have released the compound path, okay? So I'm going to do 0.13 in width, and then 0.13 in height, and then apply. Once I click apply, it is going to change all of those holes, all of those circles to 0.13 by 0.13, okay? So it should be changing now. Hey, Karen Knighton, no problem. If I missed a question or anything, I'm sorry, y'all. I've been looking at the screen. I got 2 screens in front of me. All right, so now if I select one of those dots, guess what the size is? 0.13 by 0.13, okay? Every single dot now will be 0.13 by 0.13. Okay, there will be times you might see a design that has different size rhinestones in it. This is another way that you can change it. Okay, this is another way you could change it. Now, maybe I'll show you guys like how to get a design from the store, and then we can, and from the silhouette store, and they usually have multi-size designs, like multi-rhinestone designs, stone designs. And I can show you how you can change that into one size that you need it. All right, so here we have, we're pretty much done. I'm going to go back to the select by color panel. And now we know that all of those holes are the right size. I'm going to go to select by fill color. I'm going to select that blue. And then remember, this is the design that we took into Adobe Illustrator and brought it back. So the way that I do it is different than how I would do it if I was only doing it in Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to right click. And once I right click, I'm just going to go straight to make compound path. If you've taken any of my classes, y'all know I usually say make sure you group it and then do that. But because we took it out, it changed the file. Okay, so now I'm going to select the black. And we're going to right click. And I'm going to go to make compound path. And the design is done. I'm going to select all of that. I don't have to select it all because there's nothing else on my screen, but I'm selecting it so that I can have the size right here for me. So I'll see the size. So I'm going to go to File. We're going to click Save As, Save to Hard Drive. I'm going to type in Cancer symbol, SS10, so that I'll remember and know that this is the SS10 version. And then I'm going to put the size. So it's a 10.637 wide. And these are in inches by 8.979 in height. Okay. And then I'm going to change the format to SVG. And now we have the design saved. And that design, I can list that on my website. I can list it wherever. I can do whatever and it's a design. It's two parts. It's two colors. So you have that center color where the symbol is, and then you have the part where the letters are. Okay. That design is done. So we're going to head back over to this particular design. This is the original. Remember, this is the original screen. I can keep changing the size if I want to change the size. I can do different things. So I'm just going to show you, I'm not actually going to go through the process of moving stones around, but I am going to show you guys like how you would just break this down if you only have Silhouette Studio. Okay. So I'm just going to maximize this and I'm going to delete this. I'm deleting that picture. Oh, I did tell you I was going to do the settings too. So I just deleted the picture behind it because for what I'm going to show you, we don't need it. So let's go back over to the right and we're going to open back up that Rhinestone panel. This is if you don't have Adobe Illustrator, okay? If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, I release all of my rhinestones at once, okay? I don't release them by color. So I'm going to select all of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just to help us so that we don't have, like, it's not going to be too many rhinestones on the page. It may go up a little bit smaller. Awesome, Eileen. All right, so I'm going to head over to the right. So let's pretend that this is all good. We're good with the sizing and everything, right? So I'm going to go to Release Rhinestones. This is in the Rhinestone panel. You cannot release compound path just yet. You have to click Release Rhinestones. I'm going to select Release Rhinestones. Now, all of these rhinestones are going to separate. And while it's separating, I'm going to remove some of these dots from in this template. It's not a lot. It's not too much. It's not unbearable. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But it is a little time consuming. A little time consuming sometimes, but we're getting it done. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Tonight is generally date night because it's the first Friday, but Eve had a conference that she had to go to. So we're rescheduling date night. We're rescheduling it. Now, some of my holes did not cut out, but it's definitely my cutter. I don't know why. But this is why I minimized it, because when you release the rhinestones, it can take a little bit of extra time. As y'all see, it's just swirling. It's just swirling, swirling, swirling. But it's okay. It's okay. I really got to figure out why. I'm pretty sure I just need to change my blade. I need a new one. But it's okay. I'll hand place those in there. I did cut this part out fairly quickly. I'm hopeful. Y'all see it's still releasing. It's still releasing. It is still releasing. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I know this wasn't beginner friendly. It's definitely not beginner friendly. But some of the stuff you can apply to it. Like you can still use some of the info. Oh my goodness, it's still going. I can't find my pen. Oh, there it is. Sorry, y'all. This is what this is why I like to do it inside of Adobe Illustrator. All right, so now all of the stones are released. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is, let's just say that I'm inside of a Silhouette Studio here, and I'm only working in Silhouette Studio. I don't have Adobe Illustrator. So what I would do now is the same thing that I did in Adobe Illustrator. I would go through and I would add stones in the holes. Like I would just fill those stones up. The same thing, you can use your Option key and drag the image to create a duplicate, or you can do, if you have a PC, you can select your Alt key and do the same thing, okay? But we're done. I'm gonna open up the Select by Color panel. And in the Select by Color panel, I'm gonna do the same thing that we did before, right? This is, of course, after I've moved stones around, after I've set it up exactly how I want it to be. Now I can get ready and say, we're all good. So I'm just going to go back to the Select by Color. I'm going to select the blue. The difference now is that I'm not going to turn this into a compound path right away. I'm going to group all of this together first. Now, it makes a difference. It does, because what happens is if you don't do this step, then your rhinestones will shift. Okay, your rhinestones will shift, and you'll be wondering why your rhinestones are moving. Okay, so now I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to select group. Now at this point, when you select group, it will tell you how many rhinestones there are right there. I'll show you how to see that. I'm just trying to remove some of these extra holes that did not cut out good in this template. Because it didn't cut out good at all. It's fine. It's fine. So it's still grouping. That's why the wheel is still going. Thanks for being here, Roy Yadi. I've definitely seen you quite a few times. We appreciate it. And everybody in the bushes, hey, y'all, I didn't say hey to y'all in the bushes. I didn't. Oh, y'all, guess what? We're all done cutting. Y'all, that was a 3,000 plus design that cut out in this amount of time. 3,000 plus rhinestones cut out that quick. It's done. I know y'all can't hear the machine right now, but it's done. And it's still, let me change this. Because it's still trying to group all of that together. I'll have a few things I want to show y'all before we move on. I got to set up my overhead camera so we can brush this in real quick. I don't even have a shirt in here. I'm going to have to go get a shirt. Do I have a shirt? Nope. I'm going to have to go get a shirt. I mean, do y'all want to brush it in, or y'all just want to cut it out? Let me know. If you want to brush it in, let me know. I'll go get the shirts. I'll go get it. If I want to brush it in. All right, let me. Okay, so now it's grouped together, and then I'm going to, after I grouped it, so if you guys look here, there's 1,735 shapes, meaning 1,735 rhinestones that are blue. Now I'm just going to go down and make compound path. Okay, once I make the compound path, that's all done. And I'm just going to remove, I don't know why it gave me this outline like that. I don't like the outline. All right, so now we're going to head into the center part. The center part, I would do the same thing. I would go over here to the select. I'm like, why isn't it all selected? Select by color, select the black. We're going to right click it, and then we're going to group it together. So the same exact thing. So I'm going to select group. Jesse. I'm going to show you guys. This cut out pretty good. There are some places where I need to remove stones, so we're going to remove those. But for the most part, it cut out pretty good. Like I'm not upset with it, but I do need to change that blade out. I need to go get a shirt. And I'll be back in a few seconds to go get the shirt. But let me start taking. Okay, it's grouped. So then I'm going to right click, and then I see that there's 985 rhinestones in here in the symbol. And then I will just go ahead and we're going to select make compound path. And now this design is ready the same way we did the other design. This design is ready now for us to save it. And I would save it the same way that I just showed you guys. So we don't have to go over that, but I would save it the same way that I just saved it. You want to make sure you know the size, put in SS10, and that's it. But we would, of course, I would have that filled in a little bit more. Now, there was something else I wanted to show you guys. I think I was going to go to settings, maybe. Where did I have it? No. It's somewhere. I want to show you guys something else. But where is it? I don't want that. Preferences. So we're going to go to preferences. I'm in edit and then preferences. And then when you select preferences, you can go in and you can change a lot of the different things. So if you go to default fill style, I have solid fill here, but if you select outline, you can, it'll go to outline. So that's where you can change it to where it doesn't come up as with that outline around it. Like there's several different things. Like you have to just go through all this stuff and do it. Like, and just play around with it. But if you go to preferences, you'll be able to change some of those quirks about Silhouette Studio that makes it like, oh, I got to keep doing this every single time. Like you can do that. Okay. So just wanted to show y'all that really quick where you would change it. And what else do we need to do? I think we're done. I think I'm done. Let me run and get the a shirt so that we can do it. And then I'm just going to remove these stones. And then I need to set up the other camera because I did not plan on doing this, but it's fun blinging with y'all. Let me go grab a snack really quick, y'all. I'll be right back. Oh, like I probably have a shirt in here. Y'all know what? I do have a shirt in here, but I'm gonna put it on one of these bags. I have a shirt. I always forget that I actually do have stuff in here because I'm so used to my other spot. I need to clean off my desk a little. I'm gonna add you guys on here. Let me stop sharing. Stop sharing. Hey y'all. All right, so I got this bag. We're gonna put it on one of these bags. And let me just clean off the desk. Thank you, Dempsey Bill. Porgy Town, of course. Porgy Town, how do you know that that's what I'm gonna do? Yes. But okay, so it's gonna say Leo. I was gonna put Leo season, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. We gotta do a new Leo design. We got to. All right, so I've already moved some of the dots, but and then I'm going to put my phone on here so that we could do that. I still have more dots to remove though. I guess I'll use the phone. I guess I'll use this phone. I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't prepared to do this, so I'm sorry. I'll do, I hope I don't have an echo. This phone always gives me an echo, like all the time. Enter studio. Let me change the camera. Let's see. Miss Sonia, send me your address. I don't have your address. I think I should have it, but send it to me. Camera. Got camera. Patrice, you don't know what you're doing. You don't. Okay. Oh, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. I was not prepared to have an overhead view today, but it's okay. It's, you gotta adapt to change. Gotta be okay with change. Oh, let me turn that off. Mute. All right. I just don't want the echo. All right. Let's see. Oh, my lighting is horrible over here too, y'all. I don't even know. Let me see if I can fix the lighting. Hold on. I need to put this on the charger. Sorry, guys. I'm not really. Okay, I'm gonna put the light in. Hopefully that is a little bit better. We'll see. If it's not good, I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, Sharon Davis. All right. Sorry. All right, let me get this out. This is the chopping mat. I'm going to make this one larger. I don't like that the screen is so big. Like, it's not, the lighting is up. Okay, there we go. All right, that might be a little bit better. All right, so this is a chopping mat. So if this is your first time seeing this done, you can get these from the Dollar Tree. I get this from Amazon. Eve also has these on her website. But this is what I put my rhinestone templates on, and I'm able to use it over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so just know that like there's a lot of work behind doing it, but this lasts long. It's different from vinyl. Okay, so this is the first part of the template. There are some places in my design, you'll see those holes there. Rhinestone holes are supposed to be there, but my template, my machine didn't cut it. So it's probably just because I need a new blade, and I have a new blade, but I just need to change it out. That's probably it. I will test that theory tomorrow. I'll test it tomorrow and see. But I am able to see like where the blade did cut it. And then some of them, it's easier for me to just peel them out. And then others, I can't peel it out. Like that one, I could just peel that out. That worked out fine. I see this one right here, but I don't necessarily, that one right there, I could see it. Now this has happened to me, not just with bling, like I was cutting out HTV the other day and it happened, the same thing happened to me with this. So that's why I'm thinking it's just the blade that's giving me the issue, but let's hope it didn't do this to me before. So that's why I'm putting it off on the blade. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be back to the chat. I'm sure somebody may have some suggestions. If this happened to you with your, oh, y'all see how I pulled it and I snapped the thing, but it's fine. You just lay it down the correct way. That's all you gotta do. All right, I'm not even gonna worry about that no more. All right, so I'm just gonna put this here because we have other things that we need to do. Which way do I want this to go? I'm gonna put it this way. And then I usually cut it. All right. Hey everybody, hey Janet. All right, let me put this here. Know me. All right, so I'm gonna remove some of these holes here, and then we're gonna get ready to brush. Now I don't know what's the color. What's the color for the Cancer Zodiac? Like what's y'all's color? Or is it like a June color? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think or what it is, because I don't know. I need to move my other computer in front of me so I could see it. I don't have to look on the side. Hold on, y'all. I'm moving the computer so that I could see y'all's comments. I kind of don't like it right there, but it's gonna be fine. It works out best that way. Ruby. Okay. Okay. Ruby. What's a T? All right, let's see. Let's remove the stragglers. Yeah, but these aren't gonna come. These aren't gonna come up because they're not cut out good. I usually stick it on the table, but I like the table in my other craft room better. The adjustable table, because I just like that one better. I don't know why it seems to catch all the holes for me, but this isn't too bad. But overall, I'm happy with this cut. And this one doesn't look like it has many of those holes that stay behind. Not too many, at least. Candy apple. Like lavender. So that means I gotta use some candy apple tonight. It'll be fine. Candy apple, and I may do candy apple and light cyan AB. Like light cyan AB will be the center, and then candy apple will be the words. I think that's what I may go with. Either candy apple or let's do candy apple and light cyan AB. I think I have light cyan AB at SS10 still. I think I have it. Let's see. I know I have it in SS6, but we did SS10. See, this one did a little bit better. Like I don't have many of those stones or holes that weren't fully cut through. My hair is getting on here. Can't take it. Deep blue. That's first water sign of the Zodiac Cancer. So it's a deep blue. I'm assuming deep blue. It's like blue, like green. Okay. So what do we do? Like blue, and I think I have like sea foam. So it's not, it's because I know, is it like, because sometimes I know, like for us, I think people who are born in July who are Leos, their color is different from, it's not peridot. My color is peridot. But I know, see, this cut out pretty decent. Like I like this one cut out better than that first the first part. I don't have much to like hand place. Much like many of them didn't stay. And I use an alcohol wipe or a Lysol wipe when I have to touch this. This particular block, it's almost like it's almost oily, kind of. So it's not like sticky like the other one. It's more so oily, and you can actually reposition it and move it and stuff. I think I'm missing one somewhere. Where am I missing a hole? Or try to get it out. Thought I saw another one. I don't see it now. Do y'all see it? Maybe I got them all out. Maybe they all came out. I think they did. Papa Terrell, and months have birthstones. Zodiac signs have symbols. Okay, so the birth. So, okay. All right, so I'm just gonna put this just like this. But I kind of don't want that like that, to be honest. Let's see if I put it like this. Okay, we're gonna go this like this. All right, now I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut all the extra. Now I turned it a little bit different than how I usually turn it because I like to use as much of the board as I can and save it. But for this one, I'm gonna be able to use much more of this. All right. So let's see what colors we're gonna go with. June cancers are light amethyst. Okay. Okay. June cancers are light amethyst. And July cancers are ruby. So, or pearl. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick some colors because this is too confusing. This is confusing. July birthstone is ruby. Miss Sonia, when's your birthday? When's your birthday, Miss Sonia? June or July? June or July? Since I'm sending this to you. Tell me. But we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. Because you know I get too flustered so quick. My anxiety's starting to flare up. Oh, the birthstone is ruby and pearl, not necessarily the color. Thank you, Shaka Terrell. So the birthstone is ruby. Okay, Miss Becky. All right, let me get candy apple. Y'all, I'm sorry, I gotta leave from y'all and go and get some stuff. I'm sorry. But I'm not leaving. I'm still in here. But I'm just grabbing the candy apple. And hopefully I have the light cyan. AB. I hope. I don't know. I may be out. Possible that I am out of light cyan AB. And SS10. It looks like I am. It looks like I am out of light cyan AB. Oh, Patrice. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I am, but we don't have to make do with something else. I don't want. Maybe let's do candy apple and. We could either do candy apple and silver crystal, or I wanted it to be kind of color shifting, but I'm not going to be able to do that this time. We may do candy apple and silver crystal just because All right, we'll have a discussion in a second. So I have candy apple, I have silver crystal, and then I got gold cyan, but I don't know if this is going to be enough for that center part. Because maybe that might look good in the middle of the candy apple with the gold cyan. That might, maybe the gold rim is enough to have like some separation. I don't know. I don't know. Did Miss Sonia say when her birthday is? July? We're going to go with that one. Oh, July 11th. Thank you. Thank you, Dempsey Boo. You know I don't see. You know my shortcomings. I'm just looking to see. I'm trying to check everywhere to see if I have light sign of AB in here. I don't see light sign of AB anywhere. So, and I am looking. Trust me, I am looking and searching. I may have to go check my other stash. Do y'all mind it? No. I'm gonna go with the. We don't see how this is gonna look. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Okay, we're just gonna go for it because. So I'm gonna do lights. I'm gonna do candy apple. Tell me if you think that this might be a good idea using the gold cyan metal light for the center. It might. We can try something out. Miss Sonia, if it don't look good, girl, I'm sorry. I try my best. And every time I do try my best, but I don't know if it's gonna work out good. All right, so we're gonna use this one. Oh, my computer is all in the way. Okay. Oh, all right. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead. Oh, I missed that C right there. The dot. It's okay. Whew. We don't see how this is gonna look. Hopefully this is gonna look good. I think we might be able to pull off that gold, the gold cyan. I need to see if I have any more. Because I should have added even more stones. I think the gold cyan on the center of the candy apple may look good. Cyan is already a little bit darker, so we should see a little bit of differentiation in between that and then with that gold rim. Y'all know I'm just talking myself up. I'm just trying to talk myself up. That's all I'm doing. And hopefully it's gonna look fine. We'll see. And then I'm gonna go get the. Oh, I'm messing up, y'all. But I gotta go eat my fruit and watch 2020. All right. I brushed them pretty decent. Oh, I'm so far behind in the chat. It doesn't make any sense to be this far behind. All right, so I do know that there has to be a stone that goes right here. This has to be. All right. I'm gonna try to brush those metal lights in, and hopefully I won't have to go get any more and leave y'all. We'll see. It's looking pretty good. Yep, December is her birthday month. Let's see. All right. Okay. Move this over here too. If I missed anything that you said or any questions, I'm sorry. Feel free to ask it now if you did have a question, because I can kind of see the chat a little bit better. So what are you guys working on? Are you guys working on anything, or did you work on anything while we've been live tonight? I know a few of you guys told me you were working on something earlier. If you just got here, or you came after I asked, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So yeah, I'm so excited about the summer though. Like I have a lot of stuff to do. I gotta help Tori at the school for a little bit. I'm not working. It's gonna be at my leisure. But we also need to redo some stuff in the craft room at the school. So I'll be doing a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Okay, so I'm finishing up Father's Day gifts. Miss Sonia, you doing Father's Day gift baskets? Is that what you're doing? All right. All right. It's not going to take long. It's only 2 parts. But I still brush kind of slow. Not kind of. I brush real slow. Dimps and Eve brush super fast. Take my time. Here. And here I'm just replacing like some of the missing stones that I didn't brush in. But that looks good. Jesse, let me know if you see any overlapping stones. A bowl of strawberry and vanilla ice cream. Well, that sounds good. Thanks, Courtney. That sounds good. I'm putting more stones on here because the more stones you put on, like the easier, at least I think it is to brush your stones in. There was an overlapping one right there. It just moves everything into place a lot better. Of course, you got to put the stones back in the containers, but it still does that. Now, I know usually the metal lights give me a hard time with brushing in, but it should be fine. And brush, 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 brush. Oh. Somebody said last night, I think I saw in the chat where somebody was like, yeah, I brush it 3 times and then I move on. Or did Angel say that? Yeah, I'm one of those, like if it doesn't brush all in right away, I'm gonna just move on and then I'll just hand place it. Now you can keep dimps. Dimps is good with brushing, but you can keep, doing it and eventually they'll go in. But I start knocking stones out. I brush SS6 stones in better than I do SS10. Why? I don't know. I don't know why that's the case with me, but that's the case with me. That is the case with me. Oh, Monique. Well, thank you. But just honestly, I think practice a little bit. Start with smaller things. Like if you're looking to do like templates or make your own designs and stuff, just start with smaller projects. I started with smaller projects. I told you guys my first template was a letter P. That was my first template, was a letter P. And I was so proud of that template. Oh, and I'm still proud of that template. I was so proud of that template. But once you, I think with rhinestone design, just learning like how to design in general, that helps a lot too. So how to get that base design down and then converting that into stones, I think that helps a lot. Stacy, hey Stacy Aber, yes, that's definitely why, Stacy. That's definitely why. Because I do way more SS6 than I do SS10. That's why it's a struggle. That's why I couldn't find, if this design were in SS6, I have all the colors in SS6 and I don't run out of those colors. So I would have had the light cyan AB. I would have definitely had it. But it's okay. We're going to try this gold cyan and see how that works. All right, let's see. I have a few that I need to replace here. But let me just make sure that there's no overlapping. Jesse, did you see any? It was a heart and inkscape. Miss Karen D. Look at them. So I gotta be gentle with the brush. Girl, you don't say anything with these SS10s. I be trying to be gentle. SS6. SS6, you have to be gentle with SS6 too. But SS6, the only thing is like you don't really have to do. I don't know if I want that like that. Is there a stone supposed to be there? Let me look at the design and see if a stone is supposed to be right there. Nope. I didn't put one there, but I want to. So right here, there isn't a stone technically right there. I'm going to put one right there because one can fit. I would go back into the design and add a stone there. All right. So I'm going to put this up. And we're going to start brushing in the other color. Oh, nobody told me to turn on the heat press. Nobody said, Patrice, turn the heat press on. Because we didn't really plan on having the heat press on. Nobody said, nobody reminded me. Let's see. Yeah, I think there's going to be enough contrast in the colors. But I'm trying to think if I need to go get, we're going to see. Once we start brushing in, I'll see if I need to go get more of the gold red metalite. Hopefully I don't have to. Where's the Jenna? She didn't remind me to turn on the heat press, Stacy. She didn't. Thanks, Jessie. She didn't. All right, I'm gonna turn the heat press on. I'm gonna get a new piece of transfer tape. Do I want to get a new piece of transfer tape? Do I? I got trash all over here. You know what? No. You don't need to. I don't need to. All right, let's hope I don't shift any stones today. I'm standing up this time, y'all. Dee Dee for reminding. No worries, Kristen. Kristen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, girl. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. Don't forget, we're going to be on, we're going to be doing So Good weekend tomorrow night. We're going to be over at the Londa. Stacey, I don't know. Yeah, right here. Yeah. I don't know what. Let me see what that looks like on here. Where is that? The A? Oh, yeah. Because that's a part. Yeah. It's going to be okay right there. That's a hole. So what I do, especially when I have like a new design that I'm working on, I will have the design fold up so that I can see, how it's supposed to go. Especially when it's like a layered design. This one isn't that bad because there's only 2 layers. But when you have multiple layers, like pull the design up so you can see. So y'all saw like some of those stones didn't come up. So because I was going slow, I could easily put it back down. All right. Let's get. All right, so here I'm just checking the backs, making sure everything looks good. This one right here, there is one there that doesn't have a lot of glue on it. And I don't have my tweezers in here to pick it out. It would be right there smack in the center. So there's not a lot of adhesive right there. So I would just get that out, put another one there. And then we are going to, sometimes that does happen with your stones. I'm actually going to put another one there. The problem when I do these and I see like, oh, I can squeeze one here. I can't squeeze one with the cutter. I can definitely squeeze one in. I love it. But now I'm going to put this back on top. So this is the first part of the template. Okay, it doesn't really look like much right now, but once we put the other part on the inside, we will definitely be able to tell. And so this is, I'm gonna bring it up close. So this is what I moved. So you guys see that stone, it has like a little piece of adhesive on that. Anytime you get a stone that has like some of the adhesive missing or maybe no adhesive, you always want to replace it because that's not going to stick that well. Okay, so you always want to check the back of your stones. Yep. Thank you guys for answering, Rhonda. Yep. Over and over and over and over and over again. Like you don't have to. That's why I like to put it on this chopping mat because this lasts so long. Like it lasts. You can keep using it. So hopefully I have enough. Looks like I might. So this is a little bit of a darker red than what we're using. Generally, I go for more contrast, but I think the gold might really help that center part like really sparkle good. And then the cyan is darker than the candy apple. So, I'm not going to worry too much now. I'm worried right now looking at the amount of stones coming out of here. I am worried about that. So I'm probably gonna have to run really quick though to get more stones. Yep. I'm gonna have to run. I think I have more of these. I hope I do. At least I hope. Not, I'm gonna have to dump these out. It's like a lot of these are upside down. Have another for this color. I don't know what is this color. Looks like a dot and gold or something like that. Definitely gonna have to get some. All right, y'all, give me a few seconds. Well, let me brush as much as I can brush it, and then I'm gonna run and get some more. So all these ones that are upside down, I'm gonna have to replace those, but it's fine because the heat press is heating up. Yeah. Let me fix this. So here I'm just removing the ones that are upside down. I'm gonna place them. Wrong one. Wrong one. All right, let's see how fast we can do this, y'all. Let's see. I would pick the stones that I know give me the hard time, and I would pick a stone that I don't have a lot of. Does that make sense to y'all? Nope. It doesn't make sense to me either. It doesn't. But somebody had to do it. Somebody. Marilyn loves SS10. SS6, I don't know why when people talk about SS6, it has to be talked about like so negatively. SS6 is beautiful. It is a lot sometimes. I don't feel like it's a lot. I don't feel like it's a lot, but you know, you need to be able to see the stones. So if you already have like some vision concerns, then that it may just be too much. I got it. Like that is true because they're small. But I love this is 6. Love, love, love. Oh, that one just popped right into place. I need to know how to do that. All right, let me go get the other ones. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do some more of these first. Go get a snack and come back, y'all. This is gonna take me a little minute. I would pick this to do. It's fine. Yeah, I love SS6. I would only do SS6. I wouldn't do SS10. I only do SS10 because of y'all. That's the only reason why, to be honest. If it were up to me, everything would be SS6. I know that you guys like SS10. But some of y'all have come over to the SS6 side. Okay. All right. I hope this looks good in the middle of that candy apple. That just worries me a little bit, but it should be fine. No stress, no drama. All right, let me go get it really quick. I need to, before I finish all this, I need to have my game plan. So give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna be gone for a few minutes, maybe like 3 minutes or so. Okay. All right, so we got that. Well, y'all didn't see that part. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. This way. All right, guys, guess what? I got some. Hold on. I got some. I hope this looks good here. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Miss Joy, thank you so much, Miss Joy. Thank you. All right, so I got more. Pour some more. All right, let's see. Let's see if we brush it in over here. Those brushing. Well, these look like they're brushing in a little bit better than that first batch. What do we do? All right, so we may be okay. We may be okay. Let's come over here. These are brushing in better. You heard a little ring, Donzel? Oh, good. I'm glad you heard a little ring. That makes me feel good. Makes me feel so much better. All right, let's see. But some nights y'all just don't hear any ringing coming from over here. And I don't even know why. I do know why, but I didn't even have to have the noise cancellation on tonight because I'm not really using any machinery like that tonight. But all right. Okay. I should have went and got those stones before. Those brushed in way better. All right. I just got a few that I need to fix still. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. I'm just gonna fill in those spots where the holes didn't cut all the way out. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this was an extended live. It wasn't necessarily what we planned to do, but it's all good. I haven't done one of these live in a long time. We do a design and brush. Design and brush. Good night, LaShonda. Enjoy the movie. Where is this going? Over here. All right, so I'm just moving some of these that are upside down. I'm going to replace them. Actually, I'm going to put some in here. I usually like to hold the stones or use one of the rhinestone trays as I'm doing it like this so that I think it's a lot easier than me trying to lift it off the table. I'm just placing these. But these stones are called metalite stones from Eve. And they have a gold, you can get it with a gold or a silver rim around them with a crystal center. Very, very pretty stones. I think the gold rims and the gold and silver rims really help to kind of like elevate the stone and just make it something else. I'm just putting I'm just fitting stones where the holes are. That these definitely brushing. So you guys see how when I added more stones, they turned a lot easier into the holes. That's why you add the. That's why you put a lot of stones down when you're brushing. This makes life easier. As you see, I got quite a few extra stones on. I'm trying to move them out of the way. It's right there. Right here. I'm mixing a lot of stones right here. Okay. Come on now. Don't give me a hard time. All right. We'll be done in a minute, y'all. And remember, I'm putting this on the tote bag. That's on that shirt. Oh, none of it really goes right there. Mm-mm-mm. Just remember, I'm going to put the SVG with this file when I upload it. You can print it out. Sublimation, extra bling. I think sublimation mixed with bling is super pretty. Like when you have the bling on top, it looks so good. All right. Mm. All right. Let me get another piece of transfer tape, and we're pretty much done. Uh-oh. Let's see, extra there. Oh, it's right there. I forgot. I still have to fill in all these empty spots. All right. All right. I think that looks good. What y'all think? Oh, one more is missing over there. I see it. Two, actually. Let me know if y'all think. Who thinks that there's gonna be enough contrast between the candy apple and the gold cyan? Do y'all think it's gonna be enough contrast? Why are missing at the top? Where? At the top, at the top. Was that where I just put it? Here and D? Was that where? Or is it? Because sometimes it's hard to see like exactly what's missing. I'm being careful moving this template. You have if you any small thing could mess your template up. And you'll be back brushing again. Let me see if I think the heat brush should be there. We're almost done. For everything we did tonight, we did pretty good, y'all. It's a little over 3 hours. And then tomorrow night we'll be on for So Good. And if you just caught it, we're going to be doing an In the Hoop project. We're making bookmarks. An In the Hoop bookmark project. All right, so we're done with that. All right, let me get the. Oh, they're super pretty. All right, let's hope. Looks like 5 extra stones for Jesse. Where? Let me see. Yep, there's one right there. One. There's none up here. That one belongs there. One right there. Two. That may be good. All All right, so I found two of them. I think the other ones may be the top right over here. Oh, that's because it's sitting on top because it's the hole underneath. That one's fine. Yeah. I know it does look like it, but it's because of that the holes right there didn't cut out good. All right. Thank you for always helping me, Jessie. Is there one missing at the top of the 9? Yep. I'll put it right there. Thank you, Miss Gail. There is one missing right there. And I think I have one that flipped over right there. I'll look at that. I'm going to lift it up. But there is one missing right there. All right, let me. Okay. Shay, what's up, girl? All right. Okay, one of my stones look a hot mess, so I'm going to replace it. This one right here, like it's like a half of a stone. Right, place that one. And then I'm just going to replace it with this one. And then that one that Miss Gail still was missing. I think actually I have like another one that's missing too. Right here. I do. Let me put one right there. I'm gonna get ready. I think the heat press. Let me check the heat press, make sure it's good. All right. We're good to go, y'all. All the backs look pretty good. They look decent. Let me put that down. So we're ready. All right. Only thing is that, okay, when we get ready to place it, I'm going to have to really pay attention. You guys will see how we're going to have to do this one. So this is the bag. The heat press is ready. This is the bag that we're going to be using. This is for those of you who put the thing box, y'all know this bag. This is the same bag. I had quite a few leftover bags. But it's a zipper bag that we're going to place this on. This is the bag. I'm going to lip roll it and do a pre-press. Now, where is my... Okay, I do have a pressing pillow because I'm going to put the pressing pillow on the inside of it. Just because, you know, these bags, sometimes like the extra parts on the inside can cause like a pressure issue. And we don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm over here lip rolling. Now bring the camera. I'll stop sharing the full screen. Exit solo layout. All right. But we'll still make this one bigger. All right, so I'm just lip rolling. And then I'm going to do a pre-press. For about 5 seconds. And I do have the zipper a little off. Let's get ready. This is gonna be 2 presses, y'all. That's it. Only 2 presses. Let's hope this design isn't too big for this bag. I may have to get a shirt. So I do like to press the designs away from the heat press only because I don't like the heat can kind of loosen up some of the stones. And I don't really like that. All right, so I'm going to bring you guys up just a little bit. So this is the first layer. This is the first layer. Well, you know you gotta post a bookmark so we could see it. You know. The scale I can't, it's so I got these from Alibaba, but I think they have a version of these online on Amazon. I'm gonna search for it. I'm pretty sure they probably do. But this is the candy apple. The candy apple looks amazing. All right, so I'm just placing this under here. Y'all saw, y'all could probably see me a little bit, but I also have like this pressing pillow, and this pressing pillow is going to help me with the pressure. Let me do it without the pressing pillow first, because that means I'm going to have to loosen up the the pressure on the machine. Let me see first. Oh, yo, I forgot to turn it back up. So I'm pressing this at the full amount of time. No worries, Shay Shay. Enjoy the wedding. Ugh. It didn't even do a beep. I didn't hear a beep. Did y'all hear a beep? I did not hear a beep. Okay, let's see. All right, so it came off fine. All right, so we're gonna, oh, no, it didn't. It did not. It did not. It did not get this top part good. All right. Listen, luckily, I like layering. Luckily, layering is a thing for me. Let me press this one more time with the pressing pillow, y'all. I need the pressing pillow. I do. That top part, it did not do well. Uh-oh. Let me hold it down because my pressure's off. Now I gotta hold it back down. I gotta adjust the pressure again. But it's okay. As long as it goes. All right. Let me see if that did good for me. Yeah. So you definitely need the pressing pillow with this bag because of all that extra stuff. But y'all, look at that candy apple underneath there. That looks so good. Now let's see if this is gonna look good. The candy apple looks amazing. Hey, Kels. Delonda is taking attendance. Hey, Banana. You heard the beat. I did not hear the beat. How did I not hear the beat? All right, let's see how this is gonna go. Like I want the back to tilt up a little bit because Jesse, I found another. I think it just shifted out of place though. I found another one, but let me put it back where it's supposed to go. But I know it definitely has to go here. But I knocked it out of place. I think I knocked the pressure out or something. Does the 6 go this way? Nope. Wrong way. Let me put it the right way. Let me stand up too. All right, so okay, we might be able to see it. We might be able to. Okay, let me. I think it's this bag that kind of gives a hard time when it's time to like layer good. Because I had to cut it another time. But the shirt was fine. All right. We're about to cut it, y'all. Okay. This bag is very tight. I forgot about this. Now, look, I think you'll be able to see the cancer symbol really good, but not only, okay, let me push it down. Bring it over a little bit. I'm gonna cut it. All right. So it works fine. It's just this bag. I don't know why. The same thing happened to me with that last design that I used on it. It's probably just the material. But if you get a design bag like this, where you have a shirt or so, like this is your other option that you can, just to make sure it fits good. I'm gonna press both of these separately. I'll press the top and a few. Let's press the bottom part. All right. I still have a light pickup right there. Oh, there we go. It's this part. It doesn't. There's like literally no give on here. Okay, y'all. We're gonna be cutting up some more stuff. Sorry. I thought we were gonna be done in 5 seconds, but we weren't. We're not gonna be done in 5 seconds. And you place the R and place the C. And I'm missing a stone right here by the R. Let me get one. It's like a little surgery, but it's okay. Make it right here. It goes right there. And down. Let's see how this, it's still not exactly lined up like how I need it to be. That'll make me brush in a shirt too. I'll have to brush in a shirt. Because up a little bit. A little bit. Okay, a little bit. There you go. All right. We got that one. Let me put. Ooh, that's gonna go right here. Even though I'm gonna see. We're gonna make it. There we go. We're almost ready to press this one little part, y'all. Okay, looks fine. It looks good. Nope, we'll cut the seam. I don't know if this bag shrinks. I don't know what happens with this bag, but it does it all the time. It's good for if you don't have a design that you have to layer, but if you have a design that you have to layer, this may not be the bag. I literally had to cut each individual part and place and put it on there. All right, let's press this one, and then we'll press the top. Leo's gonna be a very easy design. Very, very easy design. All right. Whew, we're ready now. We're ready. We're ready. All right, let me put this over here. Ready to press. It's on my pressing pillow. I definitely need a pressing pillow, especially with the metal lights. I do. Oh, I'm missing some more stones, y'all. I gotta fix that. I'm missing like a few. That's not good. All right, let's press. Whew. Nope. I gotta hold it down. I gotta adjust this pressure. I had to do that the other day because it didn't do this. It did the same thing. Oh, yeah. Doing the most. Doing the absolute most. All right. All right, let's go. All right, it's a little far up, but it's okay. Okay, you're definitely gonna be able to see the inside. You're definitely going to be able to see it. Right. But I do have like a missing stone here, missing stones there. All right. You'll be able to see it. I know I don't like wasting my transfer tape, but it's all good. All is good. All is good. It's fine. I'm fine. The transfer tape is fine. All right, let me. And now I'm just gonna place this right here, and then I shouldn't have put it all together like that. I'll get another piece, and I'm just gonna put that. Come on, come on. Put that right there. And then this will go right here. All right. Thank you. I think when I bring it to the front, you guys will be able to see it a little bit better. The cyan is so much darker than the candy apple. Now I should know better that I'm gonna have to actually cut this out too. I'm gonna try. Nope, gotta cut it out. Let me cut it out. With the shirt, you shouldn't have to do it. You won't have to do this like this with the shirt. It's the bag. It's the bag that causes it. All right, come on, Patrice. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. Let's still have a little bit. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do the bag, like do the shirt, because it's not. I don't feel like doing it for tonight. Like this. Yep. I'll go just like that. And put it. Gotta be very careful cutting in between these holes for the stones because I don't want it to jump. All right. We're almost done. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. All right. Now it's just this one that I don't. There's like space in between the stones. I don't want that. All right. The bottom part. I don't like that space in between. I'm trying to get it to line up just right, but that's not lining up. Do this one first. And then let's place this right here. And let's see. And so this bag has no like stretch. You don't know how like with some of this designs you can stretch it and it'll just fall into place. But this bag has absolutely no give to it. Like none. Zero stretch. So we kind of stuck. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if you guys are seeing anything. Who's gonna get blocked? Hey, my Leo people. Hey, y'all. Are we doing a birthday date shout out? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Uh-oh. I'm gonna put mine up. We're gonna be good. We're getting ready to press this last one. And yes. The things you have to do to get the right press. Okay. Whew. Let me get another piece on. For my very good friend's birthday is the 7th of August. There are quite a few people born on that day, though. All right, we're ready to press. We're ready to go. When we press it, we'll put it on the pressing pad, and we're going to press. It actually looks really good. The gold is it's taking over. Oh, it's taking over. I'll bring it to the front camera because now we're done. We're practically done. Done, done, and done. All right, let's see. All right, good people. All right, good people. Let's see. I'm gonna go slow in case my pressure didn't act right, but it did. Nope, it didn't. I saw right there. I have to press that again. It didn't act right. I gotta press one more time. Let me turn it this way. So this adds so much in this area because of the handles. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting the handles over the heat press. Which these extra presses don't really hurt much. All right. Whew, let's see. All right, let's keep peeling. All right. It's maybe possible. Oh, I see. Is it on? No, it's there. Maybe there's not enough. So there's adhesive on there. I could see it. But those didn't, for some reason, those didn't do too good there. I'm gonna put let me press it one more time. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna put the pillow inside. Because if there's adhesive, I can see the adhesive. Sometimes when that happens, that may mean that there's no adhesive there, but I can totally see the adhesive on it. So that's not the case. I'm just gonna put it on the inside. The pressing put it on the inside and press it one more time. And just move those handles up. And we'll see. And I'm gonna bring you guys to the front. All right, let's see. All right. We should be good now. So if that happens, sometimes you may want to change the stones. That might mean that there's no glue, but there was glue. I could see it, but it just didn't have enough pressure in that area. So this is what we have. This is an under the table. Yup, that's pretty. I think I like how the metal lights look with it. I'm gonna bring it to the front so we could see it really good. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let me move over. I'm gonna move the table off. All right, y'all. Look at this. Actually came out way better than I thought that it would come out. Like I honestly thought that you wouldn't be able to see the symbol on the inside because of these particular metal lights, the SS10 versions, like the face of the stone, it's very big. It's not like the SS6. So you definitely can see that cyan, but the cyan is a lot darker. So I think it came out really good. I love it. Thanks, y'all. I think it worked out good. So we use candy apple, and then you guys see how you see it, but it's you still get like some type of weirdness going. I like the weirdness of it. Okay, that's why I wanted to use the light cyan AB to kind of give it like that color shift. But I love how it came out. It came out so good. We already did a Gemini. We have a Gemini already. I didn't skip Gemini. Gemini has it like this. I didn't do it as a Gemini thing. I was supposed to do big Gemini energy for Angel. I still got to do it. But I think it came out good. I love it. I love, y'all, the candy apple. Like, there's so much candy apple on this shirt that it's just like crazy red. It's crazy red, but it came out good. Let's see how that. And then the gold looks really good too. I was worried that the gold was so thin around the rim, but no, I like it. I really, really like it. There's a lot of red. Oh, look how, yo, look. So when I turn it to this, look when I turn that to the side. Look at that bling. But don't forget, the buy-in is going on now, babysweetie.com. And then if you want to get a bling box, craftablingbox.com. You could sign up for a subscription. You can put it on hold at any time. But I love how this came out. Y'all, this looks good. This looks so, look at the bling. Like, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. That's what we got going on tonight. We did quite a bit of things tonight. We literally did a design and bling all from scratch in almost 4 hours. Yeah. The only one skip was Aquarius. Like, there's no way to even shorten Aquarius. Like, it's just so hard. It's just so hard. So, I'm gonna put this on the site. Probably tonight. One of the stones shifted right here. I'll fix it. Yeah. So, Miss Sonia, happy birthday. Early birthday. It's really happy early birthday. But I will put this out. I just gotta fix. So remember how I cut? It's the bag that does this. So you see where my A is? I don't like that space in between the A because it's supposed to meet. So I'm gonna fix that. And then I missed a stone right here. But it should be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. I love you guys. Email. Okay, I'm gonna check Miss Sharon Davenport. I'm gonna check with Terrell because he was supposed to send it out today. So I'm gonna check because I already created the Zoom. So I'm gonna check with him. I'll text him in a few minutes He might be sleeping though. I'll text him. I don't mind waking people up and see if he sent it out. And if not, if I can't get a hold of him, then first thing in the morning, I will. But I love you guys. I hope you guys learned something tonight. I hope I was thorough enough. I know like some things like it wasn't really beginner, but so I pretty much used all metal lights on this shirt. So the word Juneteenth and the outline is, and this is SS10. So the outline is gold black. Then on the inside of the letters, I have gold cyan, gold emerald, and just orange dorado. So I have orange dorado on the inside, gold cyan, gold emerald, and the outline is gold black. So I used all, this shirt is all metal lights except the orange dorado, which is pretty much like it has a gold rim. It's a gold stone. So it's pretty much like, just the rim of the metal light, pretty much. But it's all metal lights. But look, that looks so pretty. And so even with the metal lights, you guys can see the colors. Like you see the red. The one thing that I like about the SS10 metal lights is that you definitely get more of the color. So see if when I turn this way, you see just like the gold, kind of similar to how you get with the AB colors. But yeah, good night, Radiant Rose. Thank you, Lolita. But yeah, thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everybody. So that's what, but it's all metal lights. Like it's super, super blinky, like in person, like it's out there. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for nearly 4 hours. This was a very long live, but I did get the request from Tammy and I wanted to do it. She actually asked for it maybe like a month or two ago. And so I wanted to do it when I had time, like, and nothing planned. So remember to be kind to people. You just never know what people are going through. And you know what I realized, like, being kind makes you feel good too. Like, it doesn't just make somebody else feel good, but when you're being kind to other people, it makes you feel good also. So feel good and be kind to people. Don't take a lot personal. Don't take it personal. Like a lot of things, just don't. Because that causes you to overthink, and sometimes it's not what you think. So, yeah, be nice and kind. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so very much. See y'all tomorrow night on So Good at Delanda's, Crafting with Delanda. We'll be hosting So Good weekend tomorrow night. I'm excited about our project that we're going to be making. And don't forget the buy-in. I think it's ending on Sunday. The Craftable boxes to sign up for July. You have until the 10th. The Zoom will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. If you do not get the Zoom link by tomorrow morning, please reach out. I will make sure that I put a notification inside of the Facebook group to let y'all know if or when I talked to Terrell and if he resent it out, because I don't know. I didn't talk to him. I talked to him about it earlier, but I didn't follow up and just make sure that he did. He said he was going to do it. So I'll check with him. But I love you guys. Have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to watch 2020 and eat my fruit. Later, y'all.